Hello, is that Momo Purin, like the actual Momo Purin? Wait, let me go to my chatting screen. Hello! Wait, is this actually Momo Purin? Like for real? How are you doing? That's crazy. Hi. If this is actually you, like I love your videos. Your art style is so cute. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome in. Oh, that's crazy. What the heck? So nice to see you. What? I don't even know how to respond to that. Hi. Um, yeah. No, I loved the Wednesday one. That was you, right? Here, now I have to look it up. Here. Oh, I'm like, what? Yeah. You love my videos too? That's crazy. Thank you so much. Oh my god. You are so sweet. What? Thank you for being here. Well, Gastering my ding. Hey Oris, how are you? Oh, is your video just playing? Sorry. It started auto-playing. Oh my god. That's so cool. Thank you for being here. Today's just gonna be a super chill one. I basically just want to kind of clean up my code and see what we can do, because this demo code-wise should be almost done, and then it's just cleaning up the art and the writing. So let me look at my to-do list here. Because I really want to get this revamped demo out sometime soon. I made a post the other day, I don't know if people saw that I would really like to get this demo and the revamped Hexenhaus final game out by like spring of next year, ideally. Which is a lot of work, but I think I can do it. And then from there, like I've said, I can use this Unring the Bell demo as a basis for the full game, which will obviously take longer because it'll be like 5 or 6 times the amount of stuff. But, let's see. Just winging my ding until I gassed. Please. She winged my ding until I gassed her. You're crazy. Nothing much. It's been a while. I wanted to stream yesterday, but I don't know. I basically wanted to do some art exploration for this game. So I started basically doing like research and sketches and stuff. I wanted to do a collage. I didn't get around to that. But so I figured that kind of stuff I would be more free to do it on my own versus on stream, because I like to at least for like a collage, I would be like going into my gallery and stuff. I don't really like to show my gallery on stream, so I was like, I'll just work on this off stream. Hi Linux. Whoa, I can speak, I promise. Hi Linux, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And so yeah, I posted those sketches on Twitter and Blue Sky earlier today. I don't have them downloaded here. Maybe I can download them really quick and show y'all. Of the revamped Spilled Milk, because gosh, I'm good. How about you? I'm also doing pretty good. Had a pretty chill day so far. Cause one of the things with Unring the Bell, like the original demo, is like, I don't have a problem with this, but I did get feedback that like, why is this auto-playing, please? Like, the Spilled Milk design is very cutesy. It's very like approachable and friendly, which was a surprise to me because that definitely was not the intention. And so like I would get people being like, oh, I want to have tea with him, you know? Which like, cute, but he's supposed to be like a demon that's gonna like eat someone alive if you don't stop him. So, you know, I kind of want to go for something a little scary. Just finished my math homework. Oh my goodness. Good luck with math. I'm so glad I didn't have to do like math classes in uni, because I tested out of those, thank God. I was like, I don't want to deal with calculus and stuff, bro. Here, let me pull this up. Should be this. Okay, here we go. Let me... Boom! Sorry, jump scare. So, you can see here in the corner, this is the original spilled milk design from the demo. Bold of you to assume people don't want to have tea with a demon. Here, let me put this under the chat, actually, so y'all can see him. Oh, that puts me on top anyways. It's fine. I'll just undo that. Ah! Okay. So, yeah, so this is the original. He's, like, goofy. In a way that, like, he's, like, a little bit goofy, you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of silly. Which I don't mind, like, I think of him as, like, an edgelord kind of character that, like, he thinks he's so much cooler than he is. So, in some ways it works. But yeah, basically with my redesign, I wanted to, like, re-emphasize parts of his design that I feel like are not that obvious, and also just make him, like, more intimidating, because, like, this hand, you can tell I just didn't want to draw a proper hand, and so I made it look like, oh, it's because he's made of liquid, so he has an amorphous hand. Like, yeah, it can be amorphous, but, like, maybe don't draw, like, like when you're in middle school and you don't want to draw hands, so you just draw them in the pockets. Like, that's the vibe that gives. I actually love your drawing style, thank you, that's so sweet. And so I did a quick redesign. This is not, like, the final art, obviously, like, I'll probably do, like, multiple poses and stuff, but I just wanted to redesign. So here we have the new spilled milk. I really wanted to emphasize the cow aspect, because I feel like that's what I was going for with the original head shape, but, I don't know, the face was so humanoid and the eyes were so, like, blobby that it just looked, like, too friendly, I guess, and too humanoid. And so I was like, you know what, let me, like, look at pictures of cows and, like, actually just draw a creepy cow head. So that's what we're going with. It looks really cool, thank you! Shout out to demons that are made of dark liquid, gotta be my favorite gender. Exactly, exactly. I do like the liquidy, like, amorphous body, I think that's fun. Math is fun when you understand it. See, that's the thing, is, like, when I was in school, like, it's not that I couldn't do math. I was actually, like, a year ahead in, like, high school math. But for me, I'm gonna hide this for a second. I'm, like, definitely, like, gifted kid syndrome, where, like, you know what I mean? I did pretty well in school, but a lot of things would just, like, come to me in, like, middle and high school, and so whenever I had to, like, actually, like, work to study hard at stuff, I would feel like I was failing, just because it didn't come to me immediately. And so math for me is a subject that, like, I understand it, it just takes, like, a lot of mental effort for me, and for like, kid me, that was scary. So that's why I don't enjoy math, is because it's not easy, which sounds, like, crazy. That sounds like I'm being like, oh, you plebeians, and I promise I'm not, but that's just genuinely, like, the mindset that I would be in during, like, math classes. It's like, oh my god, I feel so dumb because I have to actually, like, sit and think about this for 5 minutes instead of just, like, having the answer. So, yeah. What was I saying? So, yeah. So we have the cow head. Math is practice, for sure. Because I am gonna spoil, obviously. I've already told y'all, like, his name is Spilled Milk. I'm not gonna spoil to this degree for the demons in the full game, which not all of them have been decided yet anyways, but I figure while we're here, like, we can discuss kind of my design philosophy for the demons, so you can kind of understand, like, what my aim is and where I'm coming from, because I do think it's pretty fun to design. What is the game about? That's a very good question. So, this game is about, you play as an exorcist, but the demons that you face are, like, representations of a person's faults, whether that be, like, an evil or something that they've done, or whether it be, like, an internal struggle. So, and each of the demons has a code name that is corresponding to like an idiom, a turn of phrase. So this demon, which is the demon that's present in the demo and will be the first level of the game, is spilled milk, codename spilled milk, short for don't cry over spilled milk. So it represents people who cannot move past mistakes, and they just sit there mourning and grieving but don't actually do anything to resolve the problem or to better themselves. So that's the inspiration behind this design. So we have milk and broken glass, basically, as well as the cow elements in the head. So you can see like kind of the droopy cow ears, but they're also like made of milk. It's constantly crying because it's don't cry over spilled milk. And its body is made up of like all this floaty amorphous liquid. And then the horns, the like sort of armor, and one of its hands will be made of like broken glass, basically. So yeah. And I do have some other forms that I posted on socials with like creepy humanoid eyes as well. Cause that was something that I had in the demo, but I don't think it had quite the amount of impact that I wanted. I was like, it is creepy, but it could be creepier. So a lot of this is just like, how can I make this hit the way that I want it to hit? Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to go over that because I am really happy with this redesign. This is definitely the angle that I was wanting to go in. Because I definitely like, I don't know why I did this to myself. When I first made the demo, I like tried to do an art style that I had never done before, which was like a lineless, very textured style. It was also like monochrome. It was like a lot of things that I was not familiar with, but I was like, surely this won't have any consequences on how much I like the art in the game. But so I think approaching it in this way is gonna have a better result. I'm gonna like it a lot more. But yeah, I'm just like thinking in real time right now. I love dark entities born from people's inner struggles, hell yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention that the visuals in the game, at least originally and now that I'm like revamping them, I want them to be very Madoka Magica inspired, like collages. That's why I mentioned collages. And you'll see like here in the design, I mentioned at the bottom possibly washi tape texture, because I want to have like some parts that are illustrative, some parts that are like as if it was like a photo of an object, like some with like realistic rendering. Like I might do some rendering on the glass, which is gonna be a pain, but I want it to be kind of like layered and like surreal and lots of textures going on. Yeah, which is like both the visuals and the concept of like a monster design that represents your flaws are both very Madoka Magica. Which I think it's so fun. I hope people don't think it's like too derivative, but that's definitely like my biggest influence, I guess, for this project. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah. And I will probably, I've been debating if I should, once I start designing the other demons, like putting them pen to paper, because I've been designing them in my head, but I haven't like drawn them yet. I've been debating whether or not I should post those or share them until the game comes out. Maybe for like teaser and like marketing purposes, like parts of them, but because part of the puzzle is figuring out what they represent. So I don't want to be like too on the nose with it of like, this is what all the parts of it are. Like, oh, it has a cow head. Oh, it's made of glass and milk. Like, I don't know how on the nose I want to be and how much I want to share, but I have a feeling that I'm really gonna like the designs. So I always struggle with like not sharing stuff early. It's a real struggle for me. So we'll see how much self-control I have when it comes to that. But yeah, I have like some cool ideas. I currently have a couple ideas for like different idioms and demons and stuff, but I don't think I have the full set ready, like confirmed in my head. I had one that I really liked. I think I can share this because I'm not going to use it. Are you using a game engine? Yes, I am using Ren'Py, which is a game engine that is designed for visual novels. So this is like a very visual novel based game, but with puzzle elements, if that makes sense. Yeah. um, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. It's not your fault. I have ADHD. Oh, what was I saying? I don't know anymore. I lost it. So you're using Python? Yes. I can actually pop over to the coding screen because this is supposed to be a coding stream. I mean, we can chat too, but yes. So it is a Python based language. I keep saying that. I think it's just Python, but it's like, RenPy has a lot of stuff built in for you, so it makes it easier, which is good because I'm a pretty newbie programmer. I say that even though I've been programming for a year at this point, but on and off. Oh, I really don't remember what I was gonna say. It's okay. I'm sure I'll come back to it. Okay, let's lock in. So yeah, I today want to fix the inventory, which I know is literally what we did last stream. Like, we just made the inventory last stream, but there were a couple like little bugs. It was working, but there were a couple little bugs. Namely, I had it not hiding when dialogue would start, which I should be able to fix in a couple lines, and the items were like leaking off the side of the screen, which was weird. So we're gonna try and fix that. Are puzzle elements reliable on RenPy? I've been thinking about using Godot for some of my projects because it feels like it might be more reliable. I've heard Godot and RenPy are both pretty good for like beginner coders. I guess I don't know reliable how to define that, but for me, I've done a lot of puzzle coding in RenPy. I've done point and click, drag and drop. I've done stuff with timers. Like I said, I've created inventories. And there's like a lot of good tutorials for RenPy online for all kinds of different minigames and stuff. For me, it's worked very well. Godot is great. Yeah, I really want to learn Godot. I keep saying this. I just have so many projects in RenPy right now that I feel like I should finish some before I start learning a whole new program. But I really recommend RenPy if you want to do like narrative-based games, because there's honestly a lot you can do with it. I'm trying to think, what kinds of mini games have I seen done in RenPy besides the ones that I've done? I am mostly like pointing and clicking based things. Like a lot of people will do like overworld maps and stuff. The main thing that's like hard to do in RenPy, but I have seen it done and I literally don't know how because they didn't end up sharing. I saw someone do like literal like walking in RenPy, like a walking animation going back and forth in an overworld, which I have no clue how they did that. Like, I think I would lose my mind. But yeah. Thank you, of course. I really hope you try it out, whether you do RenPy or Godot. I hope you get into game dev, because I think it's a really cool hobby. I think it's less intimidating than it seems, so I really encourage you to try it out. That would be so cool. I love like seeing my art come to life, so I think that would be so fun for you. I'm also learning Godot right now, says H-Worms. Might give RenPy a try if I do a visual novel. Please do! I super recommend it. There's so much you can do in RenPy, just so much. I might open some of my projects just to look through them really quick, cause I have a prototype here that is literally like an escape room. Like, that's the level of stuff you can do. Like, it does take some time to kind of learn the limitations of RenPy, cause at one point I wanted to do a what is it called? A rhythm game in RenPy, and it is technically possible, but it's like, I realized eventually like this is more effort than it's worth and it would be easier to do in Godot. So that's, I want to learn Godot so I can make 2D like RPG style walk around games, so I can make rhythm games, so I can make stuff that isn't really possible in RenPy, but RenPy can do probably more than you think, you know? If I could draw, I'd be making tons of games. That's when you get artist friends to draw for you. Or honestly, like, there's a lot of games, obviously depending on like the style and the genre, there's a lot of games that have very simple art that you can get away with it. Like, what was the name of that game? It was like something like Thomas is Lonely or something, where it was like literally following like a little square or a triangle. Was it a triangle? Do you know the game that I'm talking about? Game about a shape? Lonely? Was it called? Thomas Was Alone. Thomas Was Alone. That's the game that I'm thinking of. Like, you can do a lot if you're creative with, like, how you use your assets. But I do get it, because I love drawing characters and writing about, like, you know, fleshed out characters. Yes, I do. Yeah. That game was popular a while ago. Obviously it depends, because if you want to do narrative games, that's harder to do, but if you take pictures? Maybe. I don't remember. I never played it myself, I just saw a couple playthroughs. Hey, Acrostal, if the engine lets you draw stuff and do your own logic like RenPy, you can do anything with it. Wouldn't personally recommend it, but there is a homebrew Doom-like NES game, Actual Black Magic. See, I don't understand like that. Like, I don't understand games like that they do it in RenPy, and it's like, how? That's his witchcraft. I should burn you at the stake for this. How are you doing that? Doom would be hell to code in RenPy. Like, genuinely hats off to them, but also, like, are they okay? That's insane. What was I gonna say? No, I don't know. Can you tell I'm, like, easily distracted? Let's see. But yeah, RenPy is so useful. So useful. There's a lot you can do in it. To be fair, Doom's code seems to be witchcraft in general. True. I saw someone say that, like, technically you could make Doom run in live 2D. And I was like, please God, no. And it was like, they had like PNGs of like all the assets in the level, and you could like move them around. I was like, no, that would like actually kill someone's computer. Like, if you want to brick your computer, that's how you do it. Oh god. But yeah. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to try to hide the inventory. It's gonna be in the screens. I'm just gonna try and add like on hide and see if that works, because usually that's all you need. Here, because I think I have at least one here. Yeah. Nope. No, I don't. I have it in another project. I think it's this one, maybe. Let me see really quick. This is the one that I'm saying I have a prototype that's like an escape game, or an escape room. On hide, this is what we want. So we're gonna use this so that when other menus hide, it also automatically hides the inventory and all of the different parts of the inventory, including like the briefcase button, the actual like inventory slots, like everything. We want it to hide. So screen, briefcase button, on hide, we want to hide the inventory screen. And hopefully this will be like super quick and easy and I can just do this. Inventory screen. And then like just to safeguard, just to be safe, I'm also gonna like on hide briefcase button in certain places maybe. But in the places where it says like use briefcase button, it should automatically hide the button. But I think what it's not doing is it's not hiding the inventory, because they're two different things. I think that's the problem, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, because it says use. So it should be fine. Oh, and we should also hide the item description. Like, all of these things just need to be hidden automatically. I think that's the problem. Gotta go, but it was really fun. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Momo Pure. Oh my god, I can't speak. Thank you so much, Momo Purin. It was so nice having you in the chat, genuinely. I love your videos. You also keep it up. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I can't speak. No, genuinely, that made my day. That's crazy. Okay. If y'all don't watch Momo Purin on YouTube, go watch her stuff. She's great. I think she, right? Yeah. Art is so cute. And then this will be hide the item description, just to be safe. Even though it should automatically, like, hide. You shouldn't be able to do anything without... Like, when the item description is open, you shouldn't be able to click anywhere without the item description hiding anyways. But just to be safe, we're gonna do this. And that should work. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just referring to everything here. Okay, I am gonna really quickly open the game and see if that works. I probably won't show it on stream just because it's gonna be literally 2 seconds. But let me do that. Let me launch project. Sorry, I keep scratching the mic. Oh, it might not be muted, the game. I might have to mute it. Let me see. Preferences. Mute all. Okay. Start. Skip. Okay, so examine the room. We have button. Oh! Oh no. Oh no. It crashed. That's not good. In hide screen. What? Huh? Previous line repeated 119 more times. That's really not good. That's really not good. Oh no. Oh no. What the fuck did I do? I did not think that was gonna break the game. Are you kidding? What the fuck did I do? Wait. I'm gonna cry. Hold on. Hide screen, self screen, layer, self layer, immediately, self immediately. What the fuck? Why did that break everything? Wait. Maybe we'll remove these. I don't know. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Maybe these ones? They should already be using, which the use should already hide it automatically, so that should be fine. What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, maybe I can toggle? No, I don't want it to toggle. I want it to hide. That's all I want. I just want it to hide. Okay, let's try again. Why did it break? Launch. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, okay, start. What the hell? Oh my god, no way. Oh no. Oh no. Why is it broken? Why is it broken? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I think it's just too recursive. Like, it's using, so it should already hide it automatically. I think that's all. But it's not hiding automatically, so that's a problem. I need maybe these ones. What reassuring words. Okay. So what I need is, if you have the inventory open and you click on an object triggering dialogue, it should hide the point and click screen and close the inventory. But it's hiding the point and click screen, which uses the briefcase button, which uses the inventory screen, and it's hiding the point and click screen but not hiding the rest of it. And I don't know why not. And if I try to make it force close, then it says it's too recursive and it won't work. So I thought this was gonna be like a really easy thing to fix, like, oh, just one line of code. Oh. Okay, examine the room. Let's pick something up. Let's look at our inventory. Okay, whatever. Okay. So now we have our inventory open, and it stays open like when you're traveling between screens. I don't want that. I don't want it to stay open when we're traveling between screens. And I don't want it to stay open when we're in dialogue. How do I fix that? Ah! Let me think. I thought that was gonna be like the easiest part of this stream, and it's broken. Oh my god. How does this toggle screen work? Maybe that'll help me understand what's happening. I'm gonna breathe. We're fine. Ren'Py toggle screen. Toggle screen. This toggles the visibility of screen. If it is not currently shown, the screen is shown with the provided arguments, otherwise the screen is hidden. So it's just show and hide, or like call and hide, which is all I want. I just want it to call and hide, but what the hell? You know what it is? It's because it uses the briefcase button. I think that's literally what it is. I think because here, these use the briefcase button, so it appears. And then this also uses the button, so it's like layered twice on top of itself, basically. So I think I don't need to use it here, as long as it's used in the main room. It's like using itself. I think that's... Let's try removing this. Use, select... Oh, but we need the if back. I know, but that's fine though, because this is a separate one, only for certain cases. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so let's try that. Let's quit and start again. Okay. Cupid Jack, hey! Welcome in. How are you doing? Boris says, it's like a human nervous system. You cut off one nerve ending and apparently the person is hurt and needs medical attention. I know, right? What a pain. So lame. Can't even handle one little nerve ending. Doing well, yeah. Stream latency? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I think it was just because I was in a different tab. I didn't see your message right away. Is good? Okay, cool. Welcome in. We're just trying to fix my mess. My coding mess. Here, let me skip. I'm just testing this in Engine super fast. Hopefully this will work. Okay, that's a good sign. The icon actually went away when I started dialogue. And now there should be stuff in... Okay, there's stuff... Ooh, that's interesting. There's stuff in the inventory, but it stays open. It doesn't stay open when we enter... No, it does stay open when we enter dialogue. Shoot! The briefcase button is going away, which is good. That's a step in the right direction, but the inventory is staying open. And it is still toggleable. Like, you can still click on the items in the inventory. Oh, goodness. That's cool? Yeah, I hope so, except it would be cooler if it worked. Doing some math homework right now. Everyone's doing math homework. Good luck, y'all. What kind of math are y'all doing? Maybe that'll be more productive for me to work on. I can actually find the solutions. Let me see. Okay, maybe now that things aren't recursive because it's not using the briefcase button, now I can do the on hide thing I was doing. But instead of using it here in the briefcase button, I can use it in the point and click screen, which is using the briefcase button. So, inventory screen. Or sorry, let me find the, here, on hide. And we'll go up here. Use briefcase button. On hide, action hide, inventory screen. Yes, I think this will work. And if it doesn't, I will cry again. And then we will just put this on all of the point and click screens. On hide. On hide. That should be good. Okay, 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 okay. I might be cooking, or I might be burning the rice. So, let's find out. Oh, you're multi-streaming. I sure am. Hello, YouTube chat. Y'all, you need to say hello to Cupid Jack. YouTube chat, be nice. Be nice. In the words of an unknown philosopher, it just works. So true. As long as it works, bro. Binomial expansion. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what that means. Should I know what that means? I'm a college graduate. I have no idea what you're talking about. Binomial I'm actually gonna Google that. Binomial expansion? What? What? What the hell? Oh my god, no way. What am I looking at right now? Genuinely, I'm just like staring at the Google page, like blindly. She be now on my mile until I expand. Not until I expand. Oh, my printer. Why is my printer suddenly sending me a notification? He actually isn't multi-streaming. I'm just a ghost and or a physical manifestation of of negative emotions. Why can I not speak today? Oh my god, my mouth is like not working. Yeah, Oris is my demon. Oh, I'm actually scared. What does Oris represent in my psyche? Oris is always talking about like hiding the body and expanding. What is wrong with me? You haven't truly lived until you've strangled the negative manifestation of your emotions. I strangle the manifestation until I expand. And watch the life leave its eyes. Oh my god. Oris, I think they're saying I should choke you. Is that cool with you? Hold on. Binomial expansion. Genuinely, what the fuck is this? This looks like torture. What is this? Hold on. I think I've done this. a plus b squared equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That looks familiar. I just, if you had asked me to do it, I don't know if I would have come up with that. This is terrifying. What the fuck? I never want to do that, ever. No thank you. Depends, I'm quite busy this week. Oh, I see. Should I wait? Should I wait to choke you out? I think that's just spicy Pascal triangle. Honestly, it is kind of similar, right? Because, what is it? It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared to solve for a triangle. Is that right? My math homework sucks ass. It's like 2 chapters of the textbook every week. Damn, that sucks. My life now is I just get home from school and I do math. No, that sucks. Ew. Anyone what the fuck am I gonna say? I had the words and then they left my brain. Anyone who assigns 2 chapters of a textbook in a week is insane. Especially because, like, first, like, that would be too much work, period. But then, like, teachers forget that you have other classes. Like, that's so lame. That's so incredibly lame of them. I'm sorry. Like, teachers really think that, like, they're the only class that you have. And they're like, oh, it's not too much work, it's just 2 chapters. Jesus. No pun I ever make will come close to, okay, what is it? Binomial? Bino on my meal until I expand on the funny scale. No, I agree, it's hilarious. I'm gonna be thinking about that all day. Like, expand is just like the perfect word. It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay. It hid! Oh my god, it hid! Oh my god, it works! I'm like literally like happy flapping right now. I'm so happy. Okay. Oh, it fucking works! Let me just pop this on screen for a hot second just so y'all can see. But, because I know it's not actually gonna crash this time. So we can open the inventory, and then when we go back, it closes automatically. It closes! It closes when there's dialogue! And then, if we pick something up, now it's in our inventory, and if we go back, the inventory closes! Like an inventory should! Oh my god, guys, I'm so smart. See, just goes to show, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Shibino on my meal till I expand. Hell yeah, hell yeah. It only took us, wait, it only took us 48 minutes to solve that one problem I thought would be done with 1 line of code. It was technically only 1 line of code, but it's just because I had other things coded wrong that I was like not noticing. So, technically, it was as easy as I thought it was. I'm so smart. I am so intelligent. I am fearless. I am woman. I'm not actually, but okay. Let me see. Make briefcase screen. Hide. And we can check that off now. Yes. Not background, the font color. Okay. Yippee. The next thing also has to do with the inventory, because as y'all saw, the inventory is like crazy. It's like going off the screen. You can't click things until you have like a second thing in the inventory. And that is just because the images are too wide. We're not fat shaming, but they are too wide for the purposes of the inventory. And so what I did is I googled square and I downloaded a square image so that we can test the inventory with hopefully what will be the proper like proportions in the final game, because I think there are 2 ways I could do it, right? I could either have one version of the image that includes the full screen width so that it's just automatically placed where I want it to be and I don't have to worry about like X-align and shit. Or like, and in that scenario, let's say this is scenario A, I have one version of the image with the full screen width and one version of the image that is square, so it's just for the inventory, but obviously that, you know, that's like double the image files, and that's like kind of annoying. Option B, scenario B, is we, B, I just want to type like the B emoji, is we just have the square so that it fits well in the inventory, and then I'll have to like manually place the I can't speak, the image button on the screen, which is annoying, and I would have to like go into my drawing software and find like the exact pixel point of where I want to place it, so that's annoying, but it reduces like the amount of files in the game. So those are our options, but whichever option I go with, I'm gonna need a square for the inventory. So I want to really quick make an alternate version of the inventory just so we can see how it looks. No, not this. Screen, inventory screen. We're gonna create an alternate version of the inventory just for testing purposes. Screen, inventory screen, and this is gonna be test. And instead of for item and inventory holding list, we're gonna do like 5 image buttons, and they're all gonna be the same. And it's just gonna be square.png. So yeah. And we're gonna see how the spacing looks to make sure that the problem is actually the size of the image and not anything else to do with the code, basically. So let's take a look. Should just be... Oh, am I being stupid? Okay. Image button, auto. I think the file name is literally square, but I'm gonna check. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can do this easier. Images. There we go. Square. Is it .png? Is it .png? Let me see. Properties. Yeah, .png. Square.png. Square. Oh, it shouldn't be auto actually, because I don't have different versions of it. I'm just gonna do like idle square. And I'll just do 5 of those. Yeah, do I need anything else? Not really. It doesn't even need to be an image button. It could literally just be like the image. So, but you know. I often pull the I'm not actually real card whenever I can because as shut-in people usually don't see me. So from all they know, I could just be a figment of their imagination. Exactly, like, you know, who knows? You could just be my demon. If it makes you feel better about your math knowledge, I have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to programming, but it sounds cool swag. I'm glad it does. Thank you. I try to explain things in like a understandable way, but then I forget that like not everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So sometimes I just go like Renpai brain go burr. Here, let me do... I'm literally gonna spam this 5 times. That should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna do screen inventory screen test. We're not gonna bother with like any of the like opening the screen and closing. Like I'm literally gonna from label start. I'm gonna add this temporarily. I'm gonna do jump inventory test, literally, and then label inventory test is gonna be all the way at the bottom. Here, let's just throw it here. Label inventory test, and all this is gonna do is we're gonna call the screen that we just created, the test screen. If I could find it. Shit. What did I call it? Inventory screen test. Oh, it needs to be with the parentheses. Tee. And this should be like a soft lock because you shouldn't be able to click on anything. Oh, and I'm also gonna show like a background. Which background should I use? Just so it's not like completely black. Background house. That works. Show BG house. And that should work. We'll see. And I just want to see the spacing on these. So what this should do is it should just take us immediately there and then soft lock us. Which is fine because all I want to see is the sizing. Or the spacing. Oh wait, I made them too big. They need to be at inventory size. Could not find. The fuck? Oh, it should be call screen, right? Will that work? Maybe I didn't do that. Call screen. Yeah, it needs to be call screen. That's why. And then I need them to be at inventory size. That's right. At inventory size. This here. Because these images, I think they're each like 2048 by 2048, which is absurd. No one needs that. But that's just what it is, so. Okay, now let's try again. You can also do a loop when you want to execute something multiple times. True. I'm just doing this super fast, but that is very true. I'll have to look into that, because my brain isn't braining right now. Okay. Yeah, these still need to be smaller, because they're, like, enormous images. But, let me see. Yes. Maybe I can do an even smaller inventory size, because I think this one is, like, what, 30%? Let me see. Inventory size. Nope, if I could spell. But yeah, it's 0.3. Let's just do transform test inventory size zoom, because these are 2048. What would be a decent size? I don't even know. 0.1. I don't care. And then let's maybe I'll look into loops like you said. I should probably do that so that I can do this easily. Can I be honest and say I don't actually know how to do it? Is that in Python? Python loop? Let me see. Oh, it's 4. I have 4 item in list. I've done that. There's also while. I would have to create a whole other variable for that. You can search the syntax. Yes. Bot spotted, mods obliterate. See, I don't actually know how to do it, otherwise I would. Can I do this from here? I might only be able to do it in, like, mobile Twitch or something. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can do it actually from my Twitch. This? No, that's the same. I can't do anything about it. Oh, maybe from here? Bam! Did that work? Yo! Oh, it worked. Sick. Okay, yeah, there's 4 loops and while loops. Ooh, for I in range 5, print I? Can I... Is that something I can do? Let me see for... I have no idea if this will work. And then just delete these. Does that look right? You want that to execute 5 times? Yeah. This might work. I have no idea. Because I don't want anything to do with I literally just want to create this image button 5 times and place it in the grid. We'll see if that works. You can tell I'm like very self-taught, or not self-taught, but like very noob. Because I'm just like, I learn things as I need them, basically. I'm like, oh, I want to do this idea. I wonder how I can do it. And then I Google like specifically how to do that and nothing else. Okay, that works. So yeah, confirm the spacing is fine. It's literally just, here, let me show you. There we go. So the spacing is fine. It's just that the images are too big and too wide. Because the images that I have currently been placing in the actual inventory box are like screen size, like 1080 by 1920 or something. So obviously when you try to place them side by side, like a lot of the image is transparent so you can't tell, but it is like very wide so it goes off the screen. But as long as we have small enough images and they are square, they should line up nicely like this. Oh, you can use underscore if you don't want to use the I variable. Really? But yeah, I learned something new. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Obviously I've used for I in list, but I didn't know you could use for I in like range without having to like define a list or define like a variable or something. That's cool. Sorry, my chair. I'm fixing how I sit in my chair. That's cool. Thank you so much for teaching me. A new thing. I'm a silly Billy who doesn't know how to code, and yet I code all the time. But yes, so that worked, which confirms what I thought, which is that I don't have a problem with my code, I just have a problem with the images I'm using. Which, yeah, checks out. So, quit. So now we can remove this test code, because we don't need this. Maybe I should just like backspace so I don't miss anything. But yeah, we can remove all of this. So that we don't accidentally like jump past everything and have a random inventory screen that we don't need. There we go, and that should be good. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so that puts us back at where we were. So that was just for testing purposes. And I confirmed what I already knew, which is good. So the spacing is fine, which is all I wanted to know. So like I said, I will either have to decide if I want to manually place square images, which might be better just for file size purposes, because I'm gonna have 5 levels, and if every image is in there twice for like idle and hover, and then twice again for idle and hover but in square version, like that's just annoying, and that's prone to making mistakes with like syntax and stuff like that. Just that feels lame. So probably I will make everything square and manually place it, which sounds annoying, but I think it shouldn't be that bad, because you can check in certain like drawing programs, you can check like the topmost pixel, like top and leftmost pixel, and I think that's what Ren'Py uses. It's either the top and leftmost or it's the center pixel. Either way, I can check what it is and just manually place it. And that should be fine. Because that way I just have a square image for each of them and I can use it both for in the room and for in the inventory. So yeah. Okay. Let's see, what else did I want to do? I wanted to... Technically, I want to add a level select menu, but I think that'll be something I tackle for the full release, because obviously there's only one level in the demo, so that's not really something I need to worry about right now. I want to fix the writing. Obviously, we're not going to be... I mean, we might... If I have time on stream and I'm done with all the other coding tasks, we might go into writing. But what I really want to fix right now is, what is it, talk to V? What is it? What did I call it? Talk to, no? What the fuck is this thing called? The part where you're talking to the victim. I just don't remember what I labeled it. Spilled talk V. Jesus. Okay. So in here, so, I'm not explaining myself. So, there are multiple points in the game where you are prompted to select an item, and as of right now, there are only responses for some items, but I've changed the way that the inventory system works, so now you can select any of the items. So, if you select something that is not currently in the list, it freaks out Renpai. So I'm going to add some else statements and some placeholder text so that when I go in to write, I don't forget to add those. And it doesn't break things. Anyways, it's getting late, so I'm going to head to bed. Bye, Cupid Jack. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by as well. It was nice to have you. I hope you can come back next time. And yeah, thank you for being here. Bye-bye. So yes, let me find, first one is going to be in the spilled talk, not presence, spilled talk with victim, here, in the holding. So if selected item equals these, so these are the only ones that are included, so we're going to have to include an else. And then I will fill that in later off stream. So if selected item equals any of these, else, hey Kiri, you gotta write this, lol. And we'll just have it jump back to the spilled menu so that we don't break anything without it actually increasing the talk value. And I'll put a big ol' to do there. So that if I'm testing the game and I come across that, I'm like, oh shit, right, I forgot. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for all the rights, which if y'all have not been here for the other coding streams, I'm not saying right as in R-I-G-H-T, I'm saying right as in R-I-T-E, which is what I am calling the what is the actual, like, there's synonyms that I can't think of. Like the, oh, I'm gonna have to Google it. What is the word that I'm thinking of? Like a ceremony, like a rite synonym. A ritual. That's the word I was thinking of. A rite as in a ritual. So those are the rituals that you have to complete in order to dispel the demon. So as well in those, I originally had it coded where you could only use certain items. And now that that's no longer the case, I will need to add these. What the hell is this? Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I need to go to the right. Bookshelf. Hello. Spilled right. Here we go. Okay, if spill name is this. So these ones have not changed. The names have not changed, but the items have. So specifically, the weakness right and the blessing right. I'll need to add these else. If selected item equals prayer beads, da 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 da. And else. Hey Kira, you gotta write this, lol. and this should jump somewhere so that it doesn't show as complete. I guess I could just jump back to the main menu, not main menu, the menu. Jump spill menu. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll do that for the other one as well. Blessing, blessing. Yeah. Like that. Perfect. That should be all the cases of it. Selected item. Okay. Yippee! Imagine being an exorcist with dyslexia and accidentally going to a right-wing party instead of an exorcism. That's crazy. Oh my god. Imagine, like, yeah, I love rights, and everyone looks side eyes, like, what are you talking about? Okay, cool. So those else's are in there, and I will have to fill them in with actual stuff later, but at least now the game will not break just because you selected something that was not previously possible. Edit existing dialogue, write new scenarios, obviously all of that. We'll be writing stuff. I want to focus on finishing up the coding before I fill in the writing. Which we can work on some writing on stream, like I said, if we have time, but I would like to get it coded. Consider any extra interaction points. Beep says Bad Max Lad. Hey, Bad Max Lad, beep beep. How are you? Been a while, right? So I think what I have written here in my to-do list is for this demo / level 1, we will keep it to the 8 items that we have. So I will not be adding new items to the demo, but I may add some new interaction points, such as when you go to the bookshelf, there is a 4-leaf clover inside a book, and in the current description, the book is just like it says, like, when I opened the book, I found the 4-leaf clover, like, is what's written. But I think it would be nice and interactive if, when you get to the bookshelf, the book is closed and is interactable, and if you click on it, it opens, and the 4-leaf clover is inside. You can click on the 4-leaf clover to pick it up, or you can click on the open book to close it again. I think that would be really nice to add. So that would be a slightly different kind of point and click object, because you can't pick it up. So I might have to add it like manually in a different way, which is fine. And then I could add a extra variable checking if the book is open or closed, which will also determine if the clover is showing. So we can do that. And I was also thinking like different kinds of checking things, like in Hexen House, if you guys have played Hexen House, I have a lot of objects like that where you examine it, you learn about it, but it doesn't do anything, it doesn't have any like pickups. I think that's nice to have, just for like immersion's sake, and so it's not just like, oh, the thing that lit up, I should pick that up. So I was thinking like you could look in the mirror and it could have a description, or stuff like that. Maybe like you, I don't know. I don't remember what's in this freaking girl's room. I'll have to look through. But stuff like that. So I might add a couple extra like interaction elements that are not actually pickup items. I think that would be nice. It's not a bug, it's a feature, motherfuckers, when the game fucking explodes. Let's hope my game doesn't explode, guys. I mean, sometimes it happens when I'm testing, but hopefully not when you're actually playing it. Hopefully I'll have everything ironed out by then. I've been doing good. Good to hear about Max Lad. How has your day been? I don't know, what you been up to? What you been up to? Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. My body is not cooperating. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Have y'all done any cool stuff lately? Or are you just waiting for me to stream? You're like, God, where's Kiri? I miss him so much. I can't do anything except wait for him to come back. I've been doing nothing, yay. Honestly, that's so relatable. There are some days where you're like, I could do something, but oh my god, wouldn't it be nice if I did nothing at all? Yay! Because I mentioned last stream, I was scheduled for work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 4 days in a row. And because I'm like part-time, but I was scheduled 4 days in a row, right? And so it was like, when I'm scheduled to work, I can't do anything else that day. Like, I don't have like a 9 to 5 where it takes up my entire day literally, but it's like in the morning I can't do anything except like eat and get dressed for work. Like, I can't think about anything else, and I certainly don't have time to stream. And so it's kind of just like, okay, this is my day. Like, this is what I'm doing today. And so when I don't have work, I'm like, yay, I can do nothing. Or I can stream, or I can do other things. But it's really like, yay, I can do nothing. Been staring at the mirror scheming? I'm scared to ask about what. You're going karting on, go-karting on Saturday? That's so fun! Oh my goodness. Go-karting is actually so fun when people are nice, is the caveat to that. Because I went go-karting with my brother, like, how long ago was that? Like, months and months ago. And we went to, like, this place where everyone was really competitive, and, like, the turns on the track were really tight, and so I am not a fast driver or go-karter or anything, but I was, like, trying to have my own fun, and everyone was, like, speeding past me, being dangerous, and there was this one guy who was, and this is gonna sound sus, but this is what happened. There was this guy ramming into me from behind. No, there was this guy, like, slamming into my cart from behind, like, at any chance he got. To the point that, like, when I left the go-karting place, I was, like, 30% sure I had cracked a rib. I had not, but, like, the pain in my chest was, like, not great. Yeah, or not T-boning you. Exactly, because, God, like, people don't know how to have fun without, like, beating up other people. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So, and I already have, like, chronic pain and, like, joint issues and, like, back issues. So I was like, hey, this is... Brother, I love you. This was fun in some ways, but also for my own health, I don't think I'm ever gonna go back there again. Like, it was bad. So I hope you have a good go-karting experience is what I'm trying to say. And that you don't have an asshole, like, beating you up. I'm trying to figure out how to personally beat up physical manifestations of abstract concepts. Well, then you should play Unring the Bell. It's, I mean, that's basically all the game is. I guess you don't personally beat them up, but you do defeat them. I don't have you, like, throw punches at the demons. Is that what you want? Do you want to, like, tackle a demon to the ground and, like, beat the shit out of them? Because we could do that. That'd be a whole different game. Wait, demon fighting game. Does that exist? Demon fighting game? It's like, the power of Christ compels you, the power of my fist compels you. Bro. Have we not- wait. I want to test, actually, the point redeems, because I think I made them louder. So I'm gonna test one and see if it worked. Here. Really quick. What? I didn't hear it at all. What the hell? And it went all the way into the red and I didn't hear it. Did y'all hear that? To Oris on YouTube, goat blood might help. There's a green text floating around about that. See, y'all are so helpful to each other. Was that like deafening or you couldn't hear it at all? Because I couldn't hear it. Filters. Also been trying to get any of the Zoe endings in Monster Prom for the last hour or so, but that's less impressive. Dude, I also love grinding for the Monster Prom endings. Low-key, I might do that on stream one day, just like while we chat about random nonsense. But it's so fun. I have a fun story about carding. One time I was carding and on the last minute / lap of the session, the people opened the pits ready for me to go around one more time to come back in. But I got confused and really quickly turned left, and I spun the cart and smashed into the side of the tire barriers, and the barrier landed on my head, and surprisingly it didn't hurt. Well, that's good. And everyone was in shock. But my mom was like, he's fine. That's so real. I'm glad you weren't hurt. That's crazy. Oh my gosh darn ball. You see, you can't hear them. Am I dumb? Wait, did that even play? Here, I'm gonna play like the loudest ones. Maybe I can hear it on my end. Interesting. Okay, I guess I can't hear them. That's so weird. Hydrate! We gotta hydrate! Time to drown! Bonk. Okay, let me hydrate. Thank you so much, Bad Maxla, for the hydrate redeem. Okay. Oh no, we got another one. Oh dear. Oh no. I accidentally served myself with ice today, so it's cold water. I wasn't even thinking about it. I did it like on autopilot. To Acrostal on Twitch. Goat blood is such news from yesterday, but I am thankful for the tip. You don't sound very thankful. Is that all you got in, you Bad Max lad? Or are you gonna surprise me later? I've been T-boned and karting and it does hurt. Oh my god, I believe you. Okay, we got one more. From Oris. Oris came in to save you, Bad Max lad. There's no more points. Here we go. I can do better than that. Hold on. It was like really quiet. I have like 1,000 more points. Yeah, because you're usually on YouTube side, so you probably have them like saved up. You're not usually over here. What was I doing? Oh, okay. Give me points. I don't know if I can do that. Can I just like give you points? Excuse me. I clicked on your profile and it's Sans. Did I just get like Sans undertailed? Now I can't close this. Oh no. I can't close this. Wait, how do I... Genuinely, how do I close this? I can't see this- the chat! Oh my god. Hold on. Based? Is that what you said? Oh, Sans. Subscribe to earn drops. What the hell? I got Duolingo up here, bruh. If you ever try the night fight again, we should do channel predictions and gamble our points. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I should come back and do night fight. Cause I left it in the middle. And by in the middle, I mean like at the beginning because it just resets to the beginning. But yeah, I left it. I should come back to it, but I'm kind of intimidated. It's been a month, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it's been more than a month. Actually, I can check. Let me check my YouTube studio. How long has it been? I think it's been more than a month. Because the real problem is that, I don't have the items for it. Like, I don't have the weapons, and I don't have the health at all. Like, because I just jumped right into chapter 3 without playing through chapters 1 and 2. And doing those secret bosses. Like, I just don't have the health or anything. So, I'm like way too weak for it. Yeah, my last night fight stream was July 12th. It is October 2nd. It has been, let me see. 1, 2, like 3 months. So. We could do night fight. We could watch me suffer. I have to relearn the attack patterns, which sucks. Cause at least when we ended stream that time, like I had the attack patterns pretty much memorized, at least as far as I could get, up to like the even harder sword hallway. But now I'm gonna have to like relearn them, which is gonna suck. But we could do it. How do we do the predictions and like gambling and stuff? Because I know that's a thing. I don't know how it works. I can learn. Roaring my night until I dark fountain. Not the dark fountain. Ew. 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 Let me see. Maybe I'll just Google it. Twitch, predictions? Channel point predictions. In the creator dashboard under quick actions, start a prediction, and you can vote with channel points. Interesting. And then you can set like a timer for how long it runs. So maybe I would just set it for like hour and a half, like the length of the stream basically, and it could be like how many attempts. Or it could just be like a short term like, will I do it this time? Will I do it this time? And everyone will vote no every time and get like 1,000,000 points. Darking my fountain until I tighten. Ew. Why? Why? That's so real. I also dark my fountain until I tighten. We are so alike, you and I. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let me like lock in. Hold on. Oh, that's right. I was talking about the interaction points. Deltoning my rune until I prophecy. This is your prophecy, bro. This is your destiny. Okay, let me look at the PAC runes. Why did I call them PAC screens? Whatever. So, on the vanity, we have here, if not spill perfume in inventory holding list. Okay. Okay. So theoretically, I could add like a permanent image button that doesn't have like a if statement like this for the mirror, for the drawers. Let me read actually the vanity. Let's read the description and see what I describe. And obviously I will be doing all new art for this, so I can add whatever items I want, but let's just see what's already here. Deltaing my rune until I delta rune. I don't think that's how it works, but lighting my motif until I freedom. Oh my god. Okay, we have a mirror. Oh wait, no, this is the default. We have a mirror, obviously the perfume bottle, uncapped eyeliner pencil, and a jewelry box with a necklace and earrings. We could, if I want to be pedantic and add like a ton of interaction, we could have you open the jewelry box to find the earrings, the same way that I'm having you open the book to find the clover, but for some reason that feels less fun. I don't know. It's like all her stuff is just like left, however, because there's an open eyeliner pencil and her jewelry box is open too. It's like maybe she was like just doing her makeup or something when she broke down. I don't know. Or maybe she's just a messy girl. Like maybe she just doesn't care. Are those text blocks of text character lines? These specifically are narration. So these are descriptions that appear when you look around the room that you're in. But yes, so some of them, like not in this area, but there are some that would be like dialogue. Here, where you see stuff like V, these are dialogue lines. Where it has like a letter or a character name in front. So-called free thinkers when the freedom motif starts playing. But they are free. I see. Yeah, this is Renpai, so you can use the dialogue blocks for narration, for character dialogue, for stuff like that. And depending on what you put in front of it, it changes how it appears, basically. So. I think it would be interesting to describe your reflection in the mirror, although I don't actually know what that would look like necessarily, because this is one of those games where obviously it's like, I did this, I did that, but you're not really playing as yourself, you're playing as like a set character. So I could have you describe like the exorcist in the mirror. Or it could be like a more general description of like your expression or what you're wearing or something. I don't know. That might be interesting though. I just like the idea, like I said, of having like more interaction with stuff that isn't just pick up item, use item. Despite everything, it's still you. Undertale fans, when they see a mirror, this is making me think of Undertale. Radiating my fox until Toby. So true. I don't even know what to say to that. BAC screens, here we go. So yeah, I could have one, let's say, image button, auto, spill, ooh, no, I can spell, spilled, oh my god, I need the quotation marks, holy crap, spilled mirror, %s.png, focus mask, true, action. Why am I typing this instead of copy pasting it? Am I stupid? Jump, spilled mirror. I might, We'll just make it a square. We'll just make it square.png and then I'll change it. Because if I don't change it, then RunPy's gonna be like, but that image doesn't exist. I don't know what to do. And then, spilled mirror. So that is not gonna be a pickup item, that's just always gonna be true. Or like, that image button is always gonna be there. And then we can go to, like, label, spilled room, no? Spilled vanity? What did I label this shit? Whatever, here. Spilled perfume. Label, spilled mirror, and then here we'll just have like a description. Lol, Kiri, write this. Do. No, I keep misspelling to do. I keep writing Tadfu. And then jump to the controller. Yeah. Let's jump to the controller. And I might have a couple variations for it, like I did in Hexenhaus, but that was a pain to code, so maybe not. But I just like having a couple different, like, things to encourage you to explore, basically. Hello, Annie! What does radiate my fox until Toby mean? Like, I know who Toby Fox is, but... Oris might have to explain himself here, but you know, she radiate my fox until I Toby. Ever thought about putting those texts in JSON files and iterating through them? I mean, wait. 'Cause like, there are JSON files in this, but, you're saying what, like, each line of text in its own file? Is that what you're saying? Or am I misunderstanding? Deltarune fans when their parents divorce is crazy. Deltarune will end with the night going, "No, Chris, I am your father, it's Asgore." Keep dreaming, oh my god. If the night is Asgore, I will, eat a sheet of paper. I don't know, what's something more dramatic? I will eat 5 sheets of paper. Clip it, chat. So we remember. Believe me, I'll probably clip it myself. No, I really doubt it's Asgore. I'm pretty much all in on the night being, deaths. Cause I was very Carol Knight coded, not coded, pilled. If I'm jokingly right, you drink 2 liters of water. I've done it before. I was very Carol Knight pilled while actually playing the chapter. But then I saw other people talking on Twitter and I was like, wait, they're smarter than me, that makes more sense. Toby used to have radiation in his name during the Dark Ages when Homestuck was popular, so people call him Toby Radiation Fox nowadays because he doesn't go with that name anymore. I actually didn't know that. I think maybe I did know that, but I forgot why we kept calling him Radiation. That makes sense. Thank you, Oris. I am stupid. Stupido. Let me see. Okay, let me look at the other ones. PAC, here we go. Yeah, I did not know that. In the bed screen. I think her diary was supposed to be under her pillow. Wait, isn't that true? Bed Spilled diary. I think it was supposed to be under her pillow. And there seems to be something poking out from under the pillow. Upon further inspection, it's a diary with a small lock on it. That's right! I forgot about that. So you can tell, you can tell even when I was writing this, I wanted more interactivity and I just wasn't able to do it at the time with my level of coding. That's so funny. So I definitely will include that. I think rather than like clicking on the pillow, I'll just have like a little bit of the diary poking out and that'll be its own interactable. And when you click on that, it shows the diary and then you can pick it up. So let's do that. Oh yay! I remembered a thing. It's been so long since I wrote this. Okay, so we're gonna do if not diary, no, not dairy. If not diary found. And then this will be if not spilled diary in inventory holding list and not, or and diary found. Oh my god, not dairy. Diary found equals true. Image button, auto, this will be spilled diary peak dot png to do, and this will be square. Oh, it doesn't have an auto, it's gonna complain at me anyway. It's gonna have to be, idle square.png and hover. It just won't have a different hover image. Square.png, and I'll have to do that for the other one as well. Ugh. Ugh. And then this will be focus mask true action jump. Should it even jump? Maybe it should just set the variable and then you pull it out. You know? He's pulling it out! I thought in like when happens a case, it calls a JSON block like equals case1 property1.json address and then organize all texts in a JSON file. I'll be super honest, I don't really know what you're talking about. Maybe that's just over my head. But, for RenPy's purposes, like, this, it's really easy to just type things all in the same script file and, like, write it this way. I don't know if it would be maybe more quote-unquote efficient, like, file efficient to do it that way, but this is, like, the standard way to write text in RenPy, so I don't know. Sorry. I was very, what is this? I was very sure the knight is a separate unrelated entity coded until it showed up with fucking antlers and red arrows labeled death pointing at it. Yeah, basically. I am the CEO of Deltarune, I can tell you guys. Ooh, Bad Max Lad. Would Toby get mad at you if you tell us who the knight is? Cause, you know, I won't tell anyone, just the, like, 10 people watching the stream right now. I really want Gasper to give back the custody rights to the vessel I made. Chris is such a chore to put up with. Like, relax my them. I am just weirding some routes. The hell is your problem? I paid 25 euro for this. No, don't worry. Toby is knocked out on the floor. Okay, 6, so you can tell us. Okay, I'm waiting. This is it, y'all. We're finally gonna find out. Who is the knight? Who it be? I'm actually curious. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Redeemed hydrate. The knight is hydrate. Shining armor from My Little Pony? Oh, shit. My water. My water. Oh, it's like spilling water everywhere. But the real knight is... Oh? Oh? I'm like, drum roll, drum roll. The friends we made along the way, fuck you. How did I not catch that? How did I not expect that? Friend inside me. I love referring to Gaster like he's some kind of ex. What, like you broke up with him? Oh, like the custody rights? Yeah. Honestly, I do miss our vessel. No, genuinely though, I think it's so funny. Have y'all gone back and watched my first reactions to chapter, what was it, chapter 3, where we see the knight? Because the knight came out holding a baseball bat with giant horns, and I on stream was like, oh, clearly this is a manifestation of what Chris wants to be, and so the knight isn't a different character, it's still Chris, but they're able to fight themselves because it's like their soul taking shape within the dark world, and they have horns because Chris wanted to have horns as a child, and that's why this makes sense. Instead of just being like, it's fucking death. I was coping so hard. I was like, but Chris Knight. But Chris Knight, how is this possible? Okay, hydrate. I forgot about the hydrate. There you go. The mind games people go through to not leave the Chris Knight theory. Exactly. I was like so high on copium. Ugh. I was like, but this it has to make sense. It has to. No, but I will actually tell you for real this time. Okay, I trust you. Surely this will not go wrong. You have never steered me wrong before. Who is the knight? Truly. For real this time. Are y'all listening? Be ready. It's only gonna happen once, live on stream. We're waiting. It's all on you, Bad Max lad. See, the problem is now I can't tell how loud that actually is, so I don't know if it's like deafening y'all or if it's like a decent volume. Because I turned it up, but I don't know by how much because I can't hear it on my end. Genuinely, my two hopes for future chapters is 1, the mantle shitter playing some kind of role later on, and 2, Flowey in some way appearing. I don't care how, just please, Toby. I definitely think Flowey is about to appear in chapter 5, because we're definitely getting the flower shop with Asgore, and whether or not it's literally Flowey, which I kind of doubt that it'll be literally Flowey, but I think there will be some representation or parallel to Flowey in the Flower Shop Dark World. I think that's like almost guaranteed. We literally have the flowers in the colors of the souls. Like, there's no way about it. Bad Max Slut says, oh, what was I doing again? Okay. Okay. Anyways. You're just edging everyone. Bruh. So, I guess, should I... The only reason I'm hesitating here is because normally when you pick something up, we jump here and it describes, or I could just have it be that it sets the variable and immediately it reveals the diary. I guess I wouldn't mind it having like a little short line about like, oh, it was a diary, you know? So we can jump, spilled, diary peak. So, label, spilled, diary, peak, and then, this can just be a description about, like, under the pillow there was a diary. Here, rewrite this. All. And then we'll set variable. So it'll be, diary, what did I label it? Diary found? I'm gonna have to label it, like, spilled diary found. What did I name bracelet known? Is it with a underscore? Bracelet known? No, it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna do spilled diary found. Like that, and I'll fix it. True. Actually, it's just one, right? It's not a double. And then we will jump to the controller. Yep. If not, diary found. Spilled. And I think I will add spilled in front of bracelet known as well. I think that's important. Because again, I'm trying to future-proof this so that I don't accidentally write the same variables for multiple things, because that would suck. The knight is you, big shocker. I do think we might be the angel. I don't think we're the knight, but I do think we might be the angel. I hope if Flowey returns, he just rage baits everyone by vaguely referencing Undertale, but not completely. Yeah. I wanted to rage bait us like Toby has been doing during the anniversary live stream. Yeah, I think it'll be like a huge troll, for sure. Like, there's no way it's gonna be like a direct, like, and then we went to the underground and this happened. Like, it's gonna be very, like, vague and, like, almost confirming something, but not really. And then Santa's gonna show up and be like, huh, wouldn't that be crazy? Okay, let me just search for bracelet known, and then I'll just change all instances of it. Spilled bracelet known. Let me just check, but yeah, we'll just change all. And then we'll add the if spilled, where is it? Spilled diary found equals false. And then we'll have one for the book being open and closed. Default, spilled, book open equals false. So by default it'll be closed. So let's go add that. Okay, see. Okay, here in the bookshelf. If spilled book open. Yeah. If not spilled book open, then image button this one I don't think needs a description. Maybe I don't need a description for the diary either. I haven't really decided for sure. That can still change. But I think you can just click on the book and open it, and then click on it again to close it. I don't think that's a bad idea. A genuinely good idea for a chapter I saw from a fucking Deltarune animation was one of the next bad guys being the angel doll that we hid under during Holiday House section. That could be interesting, because I hadn't even considered this, but I guess it might be interesting to have a dark world in Noelle's house, since Des is so wrapped up in all of this. I feel like we could learn a lot about the Holiday family that way, and then the angel doll could potentially be, like, whether it's, like, literally a bad guy, or it could be just, like, a darkener. That's interesting. I had not considered that. I don't know how likely that is, but it would be cool. Like, a cool location for Dark World. Because I think people are so set on, like, okay, the Dark World is gonna be here and here and here. But we don't know anything. We don't know jack shit. That's an option, honestly. Let me see. No spilled. Book closed. .png and cover square.png. Oh, that's not true. And instead of this, we will just set variable. Should be set variable. Do I need to put it in quotes? Spilled book open true? Is it like that? I think that's right. Set variable. Yeah, it is. Okay. And then if spilled book open basically the opposite of this. Book open, set variable false, and this will need and spilled book open equals true. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. And obviously that will also mean that some descriptions need to change, so I'll need to check on that. The M stands for mom. What is up, the sky? How are you doing? We are cleaning up some code, and at this point just adding features, actually, because I think the code is mostly cleaned up. I find it so funny how there are often so many actually good ideas in Deltarune animations before going back to human, I remember you're taking too long. That's actually so funny. Hold on. I don't know if I've watched any Deltarune animations as, like, specifically. I've watched a lot of crazy good, like, fan animations. Like, fluid, like amazing, that I'm like, what the fuck? You need to work at, like, Disney or something. Actually, don't work at Disney, because I don't know how they're gonna treat you, but you know what I mean? Like, you need to be, like, employed in animation, because you're amazing. There's so many talented people. But Deltarune specifically, I don't know if I've watched any of them. Let me see. Deltarune animation. What pops up even? Oh, it's a specific series by TOX 1759. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to watch those. Speaking of watching stuff, so I've been going back and forth on this. I feel like it would be difficult for me to do like reaction streams because I only have one monitor. So ideally, I would be able to like have OBS on one monitor and have whatever I'm reacting to on the other monitor, so that if I full screen it, I can still like check OBS and stuff. But there are so many things that would be fun to watch with y'all, so I might have to just like scuff it and go for it, because 2 new Miraculous episodes just came out recently, and I'm like losing my mind over them. Well, the most recent one, Sleeping Siren, the episode was lame. I didn't like the episode, but I freaked out at the end because Mark Aniel kissed, and I was like, ah! But I was thinking it would be fun, once the full season 6 is out, to sit down and watch it in proper chronological order. Because if y'all don't know Miraculous Ladybug, there's this whole thing where like the episodes release in any fucking order, and so the season makes no sense if you watch it while it's coming out, which sucks. It really sucks. So it would be fun if, like, I'm watching them as they come out because I can't wait and I don't want to see spoilers, but it would be fun if once the whole season is out, like, I could re-watch the season with y'all in order leading up to like the finale episodes of the season. That might be fun. And also just because I'm enjoying the season a lot. Some of the episodes are misses for me, but overall the quality is so good and the animation is so good that I think that would be fun. Yippee. Yeah, TEOX is the main supplier of Deltarune. They control Big Deltarune. Oh my god. I mean, I'm not saying you gotta support Big Deltarune, because, you know, it's corrupt. They're probably lobbying. But I mean, what harm could it do? It's just one guy. Or does that make it worse because it's a monopoly, right? Oh god. I'm losing my mind, can you tell? Hold on. So I'm gonna need to alter the descriptions for the ones that I'm adding stuff to, so let me not forget. So I added the book, and I added the diary found. I don't think I need a whole description for finding the diary. I think you can just find it. To be honest, I think you can just find it and pull it out, and then there can be a description that changes when you enter the room, but I don't think you need to, like, have a line saying, I found a diary. So, I think I will, instead of this, I will set variable. Spilled, diary found, true. And so I will remove that, label I just created. Label, diary, nope. Should be spilled diary peak? Yeah, this one. So I'm not gonna need this label. There we go. Peak. Okay. We gotta hydrate. I mean, how bad could it be? Thank you. What is this? Gradation? That's exactly what this stream needed. And we got another hydrate. Let's hydrate. Everybody drown. I stopped watching Miraculous once the plot got too chaotic for my taste. And yes, I do know that saying that about Miraculous is very vague. Just Dot is fine, or Jero Shin, I go by both. I see, I see. Well, welcome in, Dot. Good to have you here, and I appreciate the cultured response. No, I totally get it, because I stopped watching Miraculous for a while because, God, the writing. But, I think I stopped watching around, like, season 4 or 5, so I was, like, out of the loop for a lot of stuff, and I still have not gone in and rewatched, like, the episodes that I missed, for a lot of them, but, season 6 is fantastic so far. If you're interested in picking it back up, like, at all, if you, like me, we're invested in, like, the concepts of the characters, but we're mad at how it was executed, or just thought it was, like, you know, like, too messy, I really recommend you watch season 6. It has, like, the character writing is fantastic, for the most part. Asterisk, we'll get to it. They're, like, very clear to the point that it's a little on the nose, but A, it's a kid's show, and B, it's Miraculous, so at least they're stepping it up. Themes running throughout the season that even though it's out of order, you can see, like, where things line up, of, like, oh, they're really hammering this point in, which means it's gonna lead to something, like, really climactic in the finale episodes, which I'm really excited for. Like, it's genuinely competent writing at times, which is surprising for Miraculous. And as I said, the visuals are gorgeous. Because they just, revamped, like, redesigned the characters, revamped the visuals. The lighting is gorgeous, which is a crazy thing to say about Miraculous Ladybug. And as a gay person, I love the gay characters in Miraculous. They make me want to, like, roll around on the floor and scream. Consuming media that I constantly complain about, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Me too! You can tell because I'm a fan of Miraculous and Voltron. No, I love talking about how media could have been better. I love latching onto characters that would be so good if they weren't stuck in the shitty-ass shows they are. Oh, God. But yeah. I got a black horror anthology book from the library. Interesting, that sounds fun. Hope you enjoy it. What kind of, have you started it? What kind of stories are in there? Also, is that, I didn't mention it earlier, that's Applewhite in your PFP. Shout out to Applewhite. Shout out to, oh my god, what is the name of the show? I know this. I literally used to watch the show, I just can't think of it. Clance, says Unnie. Yeah. There's monster fiction there, which I love. I also love. I could talk about Clance for 5 years. Hold on. It's called... something Enchanted? Isn't it called... No. Ever After High. Oh my god. I couldn't think of it for so long. I literally love Ever After High. I just couldn't think of the name of the series for a second. But yeah, shout out Ever After High. Love that show so much. Wish it hadn't gotten canceled. Did I hydrate? Did I ever hydrate? Here, let me hydrate. I pulled out my water and then I never drank it. There you go. For example, there's a horror author whose writing I cannot stand and complain about to my peers whenever I can, but I keep buying all her books. Until you said her, I was gonna ask, is it Stephen King? This is like not even the first time that I've ragged on Stephen King on stream. Chekhov's water bottle. Yeah, I only remembered that I needed to hydrate because I just had the bottle in my hand and I was like, hold on, why am I holding this? I must have gotten a hydrate routine. Ever After High. Yes, thank you, Annie. I remembered it eventually. I am not that. I am not. I have more than one IQ. I promise. Which horror author, if you care to say? But yeah, between Clance and Miraculous, the trauma, the brain damage, oh my god. It's painful. Dude, I'm actually just like in pain now. I finally found a site where I could watch Voltron again, and it's been so healing and also so painful. Cause it pisses me off that Netflix has like shows that are only available on Netflix and then they remove them. And so then you just don't have a way to watch them illegally. I think that's so lame. And Voltron is like so important to me, so that was really painful until I was able to find it again. Danny Gonzalez went to the hotel that inspired The Shining? What, like recently? Did he? I have also been there. It's a cool hotel. That one's in, what, Canada, I think? If I remember correctly. Shining Hotel. Or no, it's in Colorado. That's right, it's in Colorado. I knew it was in one of the, like, snowy places I had been. It's in Colorado. I went there, like, years ago, so I don't really remember all the details, but, I know there was, like, a tour, and they showed us, like, the famous room where, like, hauntings supposedly happen. He wanted to see if ghost hunters were over-exaggerating. I'll have to watch that. Because obviously I didn't stay in that room, but I, like, walked by it. Her name is Cynthia Murphy. I have nothing against her personally, but her books make me groan and roll my eyes, yet I keep coming back for more. I have spent more money on her books than most people who actually enjoy them. Honestly though, like, hate reading and hate watching is kind of fun sometimes. Like, it's really bad for you, but it's kind of fun. That was a while ago. I'll have to watch it. Excuse me. I really like Danny's videos. I haven't watched them in a while, to be honest. Let me see. Cynthia Murphy. I don't know why I thought she was gonna be a black woman. She's, like, fully a white woman. With, like, she looks like she has, like, Botox or something. Sorry if that's not true, Cynthia. Jump scare, Dear Evan Hansen wiki. Cynthia Murphy is also the name of Connor's mom. That's crazy. Let me see. Keep Your Friends Close. Oh, her book just came out. Keep Your Friends Close came out in September 2025. So there's a new one for you. Have you read her new book yet? You working on it? That's funny. I was gonna say something, but that would probably dox me. About, like, hate watching. That would probably dox me, though. An essential plot point in some books is a Reddit ripoff called Dead It. I can't. Dead It is crazy. That's actually wild. I've seen some bad, like, rip-off social medias. Like, names. But that's just bad, actually. It's, like, terrible. Dead It? Because, like, the whole point, like, Reddit means, like, you know, I read it. Like, I read it on the internet. Like, it's pretty obvious. But, like, Dead It doesn't mean anything. She couldn't have come up with something, like, more original that actually made sense. I'm trying to get through Keep Your Friends Close, but every character is just a fucking annoying asshole. Oh no. Even the main character. That reminded me, one time I was in like middle school and I was describing one of my characters to like one of my classmates, and I was like, yeah, like he's kind of antisocial and he doesn't really like anyone, and the, I don't know, friend, classmate was like, wow, he sounds so likable. I was like, oh, maybe I should revise this. It happens, but writing is hard, guys. Hold on. So we have the diary poking out, we have the book that you can open to find the clover. We have the tea and the family photo. Let me read. Spilled family photo. Let me read this description. The victim's laptop is closed, a composition notebook. Oh my gosh. What did I do here? Oh yeah. Okay. There's a glass of herbal tea. It's gone cold. There's a photo of the victim and her family. Why did I remove the composition notebook here? Why? That's weird. Okay, I don't really see anything here that I could necessarily add something to. If I wanted to, I could add something about, like, oh, you open her laptop and try to log into it, but, like, for the purposes of this, I just want it to be, like, a quick little, like, oh, you can interact with some stuff, but it's nothing crazy. Maybe I'll add some more stuff. As I design the backgrounds, I might think of other stuff to add in. But for now, nothing too crazy. It's dead it because it's spooky. That's so dumb. People seem to just talk about creepypastas and shit on there. That does happen a lot, where it's like, oh, this supernatural thing was happening to me, so I googled it, and I found it on Reddit. And it's true, it's not just my imagination. That's so funny, dead it. Just because it's creepy. Oh, I hate that. Hateable characters are great, like the Christmas tree from Bookworm, or the Christmas tree from Bookworm. Wait, what? Like, or the Jesus tree from Bookworm. 2 quarters. I was scrolling as I tried to read that, and so I thought I was just gonna keep going. I read it as, like, like, repeating itself. I was like, wait, huh? My favorite hateable character is Romeo from the Guilty Gear series. I don't know why I thought you were gonna say from Romeo and Juliet. The main character is an asshole, but more I'm fed up with life kind of asshole. My problem isn't that the main character is one, my problem is that every character except seemingly one is an asshole. That's fair, it can be kind of annoying. Am I gonna go into this rant right now? I might. There is this anime that I love called Boebu, well, it's the shortened version. It's called, Binan Koko Chikyu Boebu Dabu. This anime, I love it so much. It's like a parody of magical girl animes, but they're all boys, and it's like very like queer baity, but as a joke kind of thing, like very self-aware. And in that show, the first 2 seasons focus on like the same group of characters, and they're friends, but they're obviously like tropes and parodies and stuff, but honestly their friendship is like very sweet to me, and they're like, they have different dynamics with like different people in the group. Like there's 5 total, but like there are 2 that relate in this way and 2 that relate in this way, but they're also all friends as a group, and all of this like different dynamic kind of stuff, and they all have their own personalities, and it's fun. And then in season 3 they did a time skip, and so they change the main cast to a different group of 5 boys, and I hate them. And I don't want it to just be like, oh, my favorite anime changed is new, so it's bad. Like, no, like, it's bad. Like, the way they're written pisses me off, because one of the characters in the original cast, right, his thing is that he's like the lazy sleepy trope, which happens a lot in anime. And so there would be times where like, oh, he didn't want to fight the monster of the week, and so the other characters would have to like convince him to like, dude, you gotta get up, we need to like save the school. But in season 3 there is one character, like, all the characters are like watered down versions of the tropes of the previous characters, which already pisses me off. But then on top of that, all 5 of the characters don't want to fight the monsters ever, and so every time a monster shows up, they have to go through the whole like song and dance of like, oh, but I don't want to do this, I'm too lazy, oh, but it's too embarrassing to wear the frilly costume. I'm like, shut the fuck up and fight the monster. Like, I don't care. Like, this, if you guys don't care about the plot, then why should I care about the plot? Is like the vibe. And so it's like so lame, because they all have supposedly different personalities, but the main thing that they display every episode is lazy and not caring about the plot of their own show. And it pisses me the hell off. And so, the only reason I finished season 5 is because of Masa, who I love. She's my baby. Which is a problem because Martha is one of the villains. So I don't care about the main characters, and I only watched the show for the villain. One of the villains. She's not even like the main villain. She's like the lackey, kind of. So I hate it. The music's good though, but I hate the Carl's Knights so much. Sorry, y'all. Holy cow, you've seen that anime too? Yeah, Ani! We're fellow Buebu watchers. I am excited for the movie that's supposedly coming out, but I don't know when we'll get that with English subs, so who knows. I want more content. I'm not English enough to be acquainted with Romeo and Juliet. Wait, actually? Wait, when you say like acquainted with, do you mean like to know it, or like, because I feel like that's a pretty common play that most people read in school. Is that like only an American and English thing? No, but one of the book's plots literally starts because people on Reddit find out about a creepypasta challenge. Stop. Romeo's a lackey in a sense too. I would describe him to be to others as if like Gojo was a lackey and was in a wheelchair. I don't even know what that could mean. Like, in the way that Gojo is like OP, or like, I know of it but never read it. Only Shakespeare I read was Hamlet. Interesting. Did you not have to read like Shakespeare in school? Like in English class? I really like asshole characters where the asshole aspect of them is more teasing than being an actual prick, but every character just being an asshole without anything else gets exhausting. Oh yeah, absolutely. I get what you mean. It's because it just gets flat, and it's like not fun to read. If everyone hates each other, why would you bother reading that, you know? Oh, not Hamlet, Macbeth. Oh, I see. That's interesting. You've only read... Oh, I went to a French language school and we only read Macbeth in English class. Interesting. I will say, for anyone who, like... bonk. For anyone who read, like, Shakespeare in English class and viscerally hated it, go, if you can, go watch a Shakespeare play, like, put on. Like, on stage. Because reading Shakespeare just, like, dry is so excruciating. But if you hear Shakespearean speech spoken out loud by a good actor who can like deliver it in a conversational way, you actually can follow it pretty easily, in my opinion. And it it helps you understand, like, the tone. Because a lot of times, when you're just reading it on the page, it looks, like, boring as hell, and it's actually, like, a dick joke or something. And you just wouldn't realize because you don't have the tone to go off of. You know? Shakespeare's fun when you're not, like, painstakingly reading it for English class. I'm actually gonna drink some water. I'm like, why is my throat tired? Whoa, that sounds bad. I think my favorite story I read in English class was the English translation of Blindness by Jose Saramago. I don't know that one. I'm assuming that's a Spanish language author. Saramago? Cynthia's books only get vaguely interesting when the actual horror starts, because whenever there isn't horror, it's just teens acting like stereotypical members of Gen Z. No! I hate when, like, people try to write Gen Z characters, and it's, like, so cringe. Portuguese, that's why. Jose Saramago. Yeah, I don't know that one. Let me see. What kind of books? Let me see. Like, what genre does he write? Let me see. Or did he write? Because I guess he passed. Let me see. I keep saying let me see. Oh my god. Style and themes. Ooh, experimental style often features long sentences, at times more than a page long. I actually love that. That sounds so fun. Many of his paragraphs extend for pages without pausing for dialogue. In the novel Blindness, Saramago completely abandons the use of proper nouns, instead referring to characters simply by some unique characteristic. An example of his style reflecting the recurring themes of identity and meaning found throughout his work. That is so cool! That's not something you can read every day, obviously, but, like, I do like experimental writing like that. It sounds, like, a little difficult to get through, but also kind of fun. You know what I mean? TLDR, a whole city becomes blind and pandemonium ensues. A group of people band together to defend themselves. Interesting. So many people in my class moaned about Saramago's style. Yeah, it sounds a little difficult. Another complaint is that in one book, the MC moves from England to the USA, and the book just doesn't stop bringing it up that she's from England. It doesn't serve the plot, like, that's the only trait the MC has. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Mean Girls, where, like, she comes from Africa, and, like, it does influence her character because of, like, the isolationist aspect, but it is, like, just kind of randomly thrown in there that she's from Africa. But she doesn't have an accent or anything, and she doesn't, like... She has to adapt somewhat to, like, the culture, but it's more about, like, the culture of high school than it is about the culture of America. You know what I mean? Jack Howell's Hairy Chest, what a username. I love putting all my OCs in abusive relationships. They're all jerks and I love them, and it's helping me process my own trauma. I don't know if I would put all my OCs into abusive relationships, but I do think it's interesting to have OCs who are genuinely flawed, because I keep seeing people, like, on Twitter and stuff be like, oh my god, you have an OC that does this and that, you're a horrible person. And it's like, no, like, you're allowed to write villains and, like, flawed or bad characters. Like, not bad as in badly written, but, like, a bad person. That doesn't mean that that's what you believe is a actually good relationship, you know? So it can be an interesting, like, way to explore different dynamics and stuff. And like you said, like, process. So, yeah, I get that. I've been trying to get into making a VN, and a lot of my writing inspiration comes from Jose Saramago and Yoko Taro. I can't believe I said Jose. I'm gonna kill it. Okay. That's actually so cool. I would love to see what something like that would look like in VN form. That sounds so fun. A short story she wrote is essentially just a Fazbear. Oh my god, I can't speak. A Fazbear Fright story. You get 3 guesses how the book ends. The Bite of 87? I write wicked characters because it turns out exploring humanities does not make you guilty. What am I supposed to be, Catholic? Yeah, I think it's fun to do like character studies and stuff and not worry so much about like, oh, if I write this, that makes me an evil person. No, it makes you a writer exploring different facets of humanity. As long as you make it clear, like, when things are for narrative purpose versus, like, when things are what you think is correct in the world, which there are easy ways to clarify that, then, you know, you're good. Hot take. Hot take. Am I gonna get canceled for saying that you're allowed to write villains? Whoa. And it doesn't even have to be a villain. There's like morally gray characters and stuff. Like there's a lot of different angles. You know? Obviously it depends on like the environment, the audience, the way it's written, blah blah blah, nuance, context. But you know. Narrative framing is like the most obvious way to show what you think is good without explicitly saying it. Exactly. Exactly. I'm a very irony-filled writer, so most of my plots are just very silly plot ideas. Fair enough. Here's John Villain who abuses children. I think this is bad, by the way. Exactly. You need to, like, spell it out. Genuinely, the lack of, like, literary... What is the word that I'm thinking of? Whoa, I can't speak. Like, the lack of, people being able to, like, think for themselves and, like, read between the lines is concerning. So sometimes you really do need to spell it out. It feels like when you don't hold someone's hand through the whole thing, it feels like they're gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, what? But how could, this is horrible. Like, bro, bad people exist in the world. Oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah. Like, right now we're working on a horror game where a demon threatens and possibly eats a child. I don't think children should be murdered. Hot take. Media literacy, thank you. I was like, what is the word? I'm better at writing silly and funny stuff because whenever I try to make something serious or scary, I just come across as edgy. I have that problem too. Sometimes, especially like when I was writing all the demon dialogue for UTV, I was like trying to write it in a way where the demon was like kind of intimidating, but I was like, does this just sound like edgelord XXX like demon underscore, you know? Like, does this just sound like a 13-year-old trying to be scary? And I think at some points it is, but I kind of tried to like make that part of the characterization to some degree. I don't know if as a crutch or what, but but yeah. It's hard to walk the line. I think Goodbye Airy is a great example of abusive relationships without the author needing to shove it in your face that it's bad. I haven't heard of that. In fact, you can even root for them at times. Like, I love Yuta and Airy, that they're not healthy. What is this? Goodbye Airy. Now we're just having, like, book club. Japanese one-shot web manga. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just reading the summary really quick. Yeah, I mean, like, not every story has to be, like, perfectly tied up, perfectly, like, happy ending, you know? There can be, like, some ambiguity, some moral grayness, you know? Same creator as Chainsaw Man. Interesting. That's cool. I've seen people saying some really good stuff about Chainsaw Man's writing as well in that regard, because there's also some, like, I haven't read it or watched it, but from what I understand, there's some, like, abusive characters and stuff in Chainsaw Man, and, victims of trauma and stuff handled in what I've heard is a pretty good way. Yeah. Interesting. And when the author said this, what do you think they meant? Let me see. I will need to, like I said, alter the descriptions. Not for this. For this. This will be, alternate descriptions for Finding Diary. And for this, this is just the mirror, that's fine. And then for, where is it? The bookshelf, where's the bookshelf? Did I skip it? Oh, it's at the bottom here. Do alternate description for opening book. Okay. So I will have to handle that when I'm editing text. What I also sometimes try is making something very silly seem threatening or serious by treating it with genuine seriousness. Thank you, Mr. Hakta, for that trait. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that framing can completely change stuff. Which is also, like, if you've ever heard the thing of, like, showing a horror movie's visuals, but with, like, silly or calming music, and how it can completely change, like, the tone of the scene, even though what's happening literally is the same. Or showing a calming scene, but with tense music, which makes you feel like a jump scare is gonna happen even if it isn't, you know? There's a lot of ways that framing can totally, like, change the vibe, even if what's literally happening is exactly the same. Guys, I think that was everything I wanted to do today. Like, coding-wise. Everything else is basically just editing the text and then art, which, as y'all saw at the beginning of stream, I have made some headway on the art direction that I want to go for. So that's good. Hey, we did a lot of just chatting today. Sorry for anyone who came in and was confused about why we were holding a book club, but but hopefully it was fun to listen to. I'm having fun. But dude, if I'm done with the coding, that's actually crazy. That feels insane to say. Obviously some things will change as I go, but I think it's, like, good, which is crazy. Cause the sooner I get the coding done, then I can fill in the gaps with the writing, I can edit the writing that's already there, and then I can literally just swap out the assets for the art once that's done, and then I have a demo. So that's insane. I really think I could get this demo done, like, soon. Like, very soon, which is exciting. The longest process is definitely gonna be the art. Like, by a long shot. Just cause, like, I have so many sprites to do. I've talked about this. Like, during my original jam, I did it in 2 weeks, by the way. That was my first not full game, but, like, essentially full game. And I did it in 2 weeks, and about a week of that was art. If I remember correctly. Like, probably half of my time frame was just art. And I think it was the same way with Hexenhaus, too. And even then, all I got done was one pose, like, one body pose for the demon, one body pose for the victim, and, like, 2 head poses for the victim, and then, like, maybe 2 or 3 expressions for the demon, but, like, basically just drawing on top of the existing pose. I want to do, like, multiple poses and expressions for each of them, and I want to maintain the, like, animated style for the demons, so then I'll be drawing each of the poses with separated body parts so that I can move them around and save those different positions as PNGs to animate it. And I need to do custom GUI. I need to design like a starting screen, all the like marketing assets and stuff like that. I probably will go in and redo some of the sound design as well. But yeah, a lot of it is going to be art stuff, which is fun but scary. I love art, but it's not something quick for me. So hopefully I can get like the coding and writing solid pretty soon, but then it's gonna be like a lot of grinding on art, which if y'all don't mind, like I do a lot of art streams anyway. I could do some UTB art streams with y'all. The only thing is it's gonna be, like I said, some parts illustrative and some parts like realistic rendering, which ugh. I want it because it's gonna look cool, but I don't want it because it's gonna be hard to do. I don't like the idea that I'm gonna make myself paint glass, but it'll look so good, so I want to do it. I think I'd want to go for a pre-rendered 3D stuff for what I'm gonna be working on, because my ass is not drawing the number of sprites and backgrounds I want to have. That's so relatable. It's so relatable. I'm a solo developer because I want like full control of everything, and I have everything like visualized in my head the way that I want it, so I don't want to have to like pass it off to someone else and hope that they meet my vision, but that also means I have to make everything myself, so that's why I really want to get into JoJo. The dumbest shit gets treated like the most serious thing in the world. JoJo is so funny. Everything I've seen of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm like, this show looks hilarious, but I have zero context, and I know it would take forever to get into, so. Art streams are cool. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad, Annie. I think it would be fun to work on with y'all. God, I have so much revamping to do for Hexenhaus as well. We could definitely have some streams where we do UTB art, Hexenhaus art, all that kind of stuff. Whether that's like sprites. It's gonna be a lot of backgrounds and items for both of them, honestly, because they're both point-and-click exploration games. So, yeah. UTB, it's singular, not even singular background, basically singular background is so rough. Like, I look at it and I cringe. It looks so bad. So I really want to do something nice for the backgrounds that you're gonna be staring at and clicking on. So that's gonna take some time to like really refine. But yeah. I want these games to look nice and not like I threw them together in 2 weeks, which is what I did. I'm so excited though. Hey Dot, if you want some help with the writing, I'll be happy to see what you got. Says, Jack Howell's Hairy Chest. Zara, hey, welcome in. When the wear is soft. Yeah, what's up? We spent this stream basically just cleaning up, the UTB code, and I think it's basically done, which is crazy to say. So I was just saying that, basically all I have left is, like, editing and filling in the writing gaps that are left. Like, I have a bunch of, like, to-do markers where it just says, like, Kiri, write this. So, that's basically what I gotta work on, which, if y'all don't mind, we could write that on stream, too. And if not, I will probably just go in on my own time and just write. Kiri, you're so fucking cool / Jen. Thank you! I appreciate it. My Twitter is the same as my username. Gotcha. I don't know if that was for me or for Dot. Either way. Y'all are so sweet in chat, actually. I appreciate having y'all here. And I like seeing when y'all, like, connect and, like, are able to help each other. That's nice. I genuinely want to make a game one day, says Oris, but the part of me that demands full creative control is making me learn pixel art so that I don't have to hire anybody to do the art for me. Same! Same! Like, that's exactly how I feel, because when I have game ideas, they come to me like fully formed of like, or at least mostly fully formed. Obviously there are some details that I need to figure out, but usually it's like I have the characters, I have the scenario, I know like what I want the gameplay to look like, and I need to make it myself. And then I get stuck because that's too much work for one person. It's work for at least 3 people, an artist, a writer, and a programmer. And a sound designer, which I would never claim to be, but I do put together the collection of music and sounds that go into my games. And I did a voice direction for Hexenhaus, which was a crazy experience. But yeah, I remember like when I was talking to my VAs and I mentioned like, oh yeah, because I'm doing it all by myself, and they were like, wait, huh? And then they went and they looked in the Discord at like the roles that were listed for the project, and they were like, wait, no, yeah, you're doing everything? I was like, yeah, crying. It's ridiculous, but that's the way I like to do it. I don't know. Hopefully I'm going to animation school this year. Ooh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness, good luck. I got into making music in part because I want to make the sound stuff in my game. Dude, I want to make my own music for games so bad, but as much as I love music, and I really feel like I have a good feel for music, like I have a good sense of rhythm, and I'm a singer, like I love music, but I can't write music, and I've tried so many times. I just don't have the knack for it, and that's something I would have to train myself on, but it's very difficult for me. I really want to learn. Back in school, I always asked my teacher if I could do group projects alone, because I'm very prickly about how I make stuff, so I understand the feeling. Same. Group projects are like such a pain for me because I'm like, but what if they don't do it the way I want them to do it? The only VN I've properly played, I think, is Neon White. Maybe a couple others, but Neon White is the one that stuck with me. I've never heard of Neon White. Here, let's do another Google search. Neon White. Neon Genesis Evangelion. This looks cool. What the hell? They've got like cool ass masks on. First person shooter and puzzle platforming game. You said this is a VN? It's a hybrid of an FPS and a VN. Interesting. This looks really cool just from the box art. I don't know what the actual gameplay looks like, but it is kind of like hypocritical of me in some ways, because every time I look for a VN of like someone recommends me a game, I just look at the box art and I'm like, that looks pretty. I bet the game is good. As if they're not like 2 separate concepts that completely different groups of people work on. But sometimes that's just how your brain works, you know? You're just like, it looks good, so it must be good. Doing that was a bad idea in hindsight because I was often doing the work of multiple people alone, but it's my project. Nobody's touching it, damn it. Same. That's how I work, I'm telling you. It's peak. People say the story is cringe, but the entire directorial vision was Hidden Gem PSX game. Interesting. Honestly, I can get past a cringe story in some cases. I guess if it's a visual novel or like a narrative-based game, obviously the focus is on the narrative, so it's better if the narrative is good. But if it has like other gameplay features, and especially if the art is like banger, I can kind of get past like slightly cringe writing. I can get you the username of a YouTuber who reviews really important, meaningful visual novels. Who might that be? I do watch a lot of like VN adjacent YouTubers. And it absolutely killed that vision. The narrative is good if you don't get filtered by the dialogue. I see. Well, as I mentioned, I do watch Miraculous and Voltron, so I'm not unfamiliar with some cringy dialogue. Actually, Voltron dialogue isn't really that cringy, it's just like the actual writing. Amelia Dory. Let me see. Amelia Dory. Oh, Amelie Dory. I see. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll check her out. I actually got led to this stream by watching your devlogs because I was curious about Renpai. Hey, I hope you liked them. What was I gonna say? I hope you liked the videos. They were great, thank you. I don't always explain myself that well, but, and like I said, like, I'm a noob programmer, but I do hope that they help encourage people to try Renpai, try game dev, you know? Because if I can do it, if an idiot like me can do it, you can do it. I recommend their horror visual novel reviews. Changed my friggin' life. Interesting. Well, as someone who's developing a lot of horror visual novels, I do need to expand my knowledge base of horror visual novels, so I probably should check that out. Let me see. Especially how their perspective as a queer person who was in an abusive relationship really helped them break down the art. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of... Obviously it depends on the work. Because like some horror stories, whether it's like a movie, a game, whatever, some of it's just like horror for horror's sake. It's just like, oh, a scary thing chasing me. But a lot of the best like horror content is really rooted in like real life trauma and stuff. So that sounds really interesting. Damn it, I've been breaking character for the last hour. Ugh, haha, crimes and all that. It's okay, Oris, I won't tell anyone, except the 10 people watching the stream. My own project only has a working title right now, The Forest. The idea is that a pandemic is sweeping North America of people falling into comas. You play as one of these people. So what, is it like taking place in your dreams or something? That'd be cool. And she's trans. Yeah, I saw the trans flag in her Twitter username. In character, woof woof woof. I followed you on Blue Sky, Dot, says Jack. That sounds cool. Honestly, titles are so hard for me, so I totally get the, like, not having a proper title yet. So, like, psychological horror, it sounds like it, right? Like, I still don't have a title for my... I just keep calling it my fan game, my VTuber fan game. And I can't think of anything that's not cringy or like already taken. The forest is a collective dream that's trapping people and stopping them from waking up. The purpose of the forest is not entirely clear at first, but is later revealed to be man-made. Ooh, spoilers! Spoilers for this yet unreleased game. That sounds so cool though. I like that. Bonk. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if I can say that out loud on YouTube, but that's an interesting concept. You immediately sold me on that concept. Yeah, it's like, it's obviously dark, but it is kind of intriguing. I'm kind of like, would I want to play that, actually? Being a writer gives the experience of sometimes feeling like you're possessed by Shakespeare himself, and other times wondering if you even know the language you're writing in. No, literally. The amount of times recently that I've been writing stuff and I've been like, wait, is that even the saying? And I have to Google it and be like, wait, how do you word this? Am I stupid? Like... Oh. Like, the other day I was writing about, like a ship. But I was talking about a spaceship. And I was talking about, like, oh, like, going on board the spaceship. And I was like, wait, is on board in this context one word or two words? And I couldn't find a good answer for, like, the specific context that I needed. I was like, I hope I did this right. I feel like you and me are gonna be friends. Aw, I'm glad y'all could, like, meet up and get along. That's so nice. This entire story was spun out of a shitpost character I made during TKO named The End, stylized in all caps. I love that. Dude, I would love to play Jackbox with y'all. Oh, that would be so fun. I don't know if we have enough people for Jackbox, but that would be so fun. Because I've been meaning to buy, like, a Jackbox party pack for years, but I'd never had anyone to play them with. The boy failure is making people connect. Truly fascinating. Yeah, this is what I was made for, you guys. This is my goal in life. My silly little Cupid goal. Gardic Phone could also be fun if there are enough people. I've never played Gardic Phone. Can y'all believe that? I'm an artist who's never played Gardic Phone. That could be fun if people are up to it. I've been thinking about it, right? Because like so many VTubers are like recently putting out posts about like, oh, here's my collab sheet. Like I would love to collab with people. Here are the games that I play. And I'm like, I don't really play any like multiplayer games. So I love Gardic Phone. We can do stuff from your games. Yeah, I think, is it like Jackbox where only one person has to like own it? My favorite thing to do in TKO is to draw unsettling stuff and make unsettling slogans like 2 dead, 50 missing, and there are no routes of egress. I need a new collab sheet. Gardic is free. Okay, I don't know why I thought Gardic was like $1 or something. It's free online. Shaking my head, dork. So, would y'all just have to like also log into Gardic Phone on the browser and then we could like play together basically? That could be fun. Yeah, because I was like thinking like, oh, maybe I should make a collab sheet like once I have my model done. And then I was like, but what would I collab on? I don't play any like 2-player games. I play Splatoon. I don't know. That might be a little difficult to organize, but because I know there's a way to like play with friends, but it's like a little annoying. Splatoon. I like saying sploon. I like to play Sploon. It's free, says Annie. You see, I've learned something. Gardic is free. Splooning it. Straight up splooning it. And by it, I mean my turf war. Why do I not have it? It's just occurring to me. Why do I not have my PNG tuber set to look over at y'all when I talk? That is literally something I have an asset for. I have the sprite. I just didn't set it up that way and I don't know why. That would have been smart of me. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea that I'm looking over at whatever I'm working on. But also that would be cute. My gift tuber stares into your soul and steals it. I do the opposite. I'm like, apparently I'm like too socially anxious and I just look away the whole stream. It's because the chat is actually just voices in Kiri's head. Yeah, this is a thought bubble actually. I also want to try and make the forest using Linux, in part because I don't like using Windows. I don't like doing dev work on Windows. Why not? What engine are you using? Because as far as I know, you can't like make a game directly in Linux, right? Like what engine are you using? Should I just switch to chatting at this point? I'm not even like coding, I'm done. Ren'Py probably because it's cross-platform. That's what I thought. But like, is the Ren'Py experience different if you're using Linux versus Windows? We love your yap. I'm glad because I yap a lot. I know that you can like export games for Linux and Windows. Like I'm pretty sure when I've done it, I've exported it for Windows, Linux, and Apple. But like I don't have to do anything different coding wise. So it's just like an option. As far as I know, like when you would have to do something differently is if it's for like web or mobile, then there are some differences in the coding. But Windows just has a lot of jank in my experience. Trying to set path variables is so much more of a pain than on Linux. Path variables. I'm gonna Google that. Path variables. Yeah, like the file path. That's what I thought. What, does it get confused a lot in Windows when you're trying to find stuff in your file path? Hold on, let me switch. I'm gonna close VS Code. Hopefully take some load off my computer while we chat. Path variables are like if you want to open a program without going to its directory to execute it. Oh. That sounds complicated. Or like, not complicated, but like, I've never had to do something like that in my games, so I don't know. Are you gonna be like rooting around in people's computers, Dot? Are you gonna pull a Toby Fox where you try to delete your own game? Off topic, but because I mentioned Monster Prom a while ago, I don't know why, but Monster Prom is page 12 on the eShop for some reason. What, like the Steam? Or like, Switch? Switch eShop? Maybe it's trending, I don't know why it would be. Like the original Monster Prom? Maybe they're on sale. I don't know. I don't know. So like if I want to open an editor like Helix in the terminal, I can just be in my home directory and type hx rather than go into the directory where the Helix program is on my computer and then type hx. So like basically just less steps. Interesting. This is a little over my head, but it sounds interesting. Like it's just more accessible, I guess, instead of having to go to like a specific place to find stuff. I see. Here, let me check my to-do list, but I really do think that was all the coding, which is exciting. So as I said, the level select will be something I tackle for the full game. And then I also have some notes here about possible like stuff for the inventory, like added uses for the inventory, because right now it's just you click on it to see what the item is, but possibly in future levels I could add stuff where like you can combine items or use items in the way that a lot of point and click games do, but that would be something I would probably add back in for the full game, and not even for level 1, like I would add it like in future levels, literally. So I don't think I need to worry about that right now. So yeah, literally all I have right now is editing what's there, adding more writing where it's needed, and doing the art. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, on the maturity rating. Page 12 means that people that are at least the age of 12 are allowed to... Oh, PG-12! I was reading it as a shortening of page. PG-12. At least the age of 12 allowed to play it. I honestly would put Monster Prom higher than that. Monster Prom is pretty mature. There's like a lot of like sex and drugs in that game. Like it's not like explicitly on screen, but on it, there's like nudity, like almost nudity in that game. And there's like a lot of descriptions of like adult behavior. I would put it way higher than 12. Maybe like 16 or 18. That's how European maturity rating works. I see. Yeah, I'm just not used to it being written that way. It's also a lot easier to compile stuff on Linux if I want to use something made in a compiled language like C or Rust. Windows, you gotta do shit like install the Visual Studio C and C++ runtimes and whatnot. It's just a right mess. I should be reading your stuff in like a British accent. It's just a right mess. Whoa, that was terrible. It's just a right mess. I can't do it. I really can't do it. Oh my god. I need to practice my my British accent. I haven't done it in forever. And it's so bad. Yeah, it turns like Australian, crikey. It sounds so bad. Oh, I need to practice. I used to have like a really good British accent, and it's very Australian as of late. That's why I'm confused. The age rating is 12 on the Nintendo eShop. Yeah, it should be higher. I'm from Canada, so just pretend I'm a character on Trailer Park Boys or something. I don't even know how to do a Canadian accent besides, like, sorry. Isn't it, like, sorry? It's like a weird, like the O is different. But I don't know. Do a Bangladeshi accent? Jesus Christ. There's no way. I can't even do a Hispanic accent, and I literally am Hispanic. Dork. Yeah, I deserve that. Let me see. I used to be able to do, like, a very good RP accent, and then over time it became, like, sort of a Cockney accent, and then over time it became a very bad Australian accent. And so it very much deteriorated. I'm from Germany, so wait, no, don't think of a historical stereotype. Jesus. Yulia, hello, welcome back. How you doing? Good to see you again. Gee, it's flying fashion designer. Crying. Oh my god. Oh, actually, I still haven't deleted the image of spilled milk that I dropped in here at the start of stream. So if I want to jump scare y'all, I can just flash that. Because it's only on this screen. Hold on. Boo! Y'all, I'm getting hungry. What was I even saying? Here he flashes his spilled milk. Oh, that sounds bad, doesn't it? He spill my milk till I spill? Ew. He flash my milk till I spill? Ew, ew. Now, how do I do a proper accent? Ooh, it's so bad. It's real. Well, the one that I can do most of the time is the southern accent. That one's pretty fun to do. Hey y'all. Hey Kiri, how do you deal with the nagging worry that every time you're happy, your own worst self will ruin it? Just tee-hee and carry on. Just don't worry about it. Bottle it all up. Surely nothing will go wrong. Honestly, sometimes I do worry. I'm like, I feel like something's gonna go wrong. Things are going too well. And then I'm like, okay, but they're going well. Let me just, like, chill. Just, like, breathe, bro. I can do a very good German accent. Didn't you just say you were from Germany? Wait, who was that? Was that you? Yeah. Why would you not have a good German accent if you're from Germany? Let me see. I like to do a southern accent. I feel like it used to be more, I don't know, I feel like it used to be different. But, I don't know, this is the one I got right now. Ooh. We're really, like, slurring our words right now. But yeah. Dot says, my native language is French, but I'm exposed to English speakers so much that I've all but lost my French accent. Interesting. It is interesting. Do you... I guess you must live in, like, an English-speaking place, right? So, that must feel weird, right? Not the... Okay, I was gonna say not the Sonic and Mario kissing gif, but is this specifically, if I squint, Game Grumps dressed as the Sonic and Mario kissing gif? Is that what I'm looking at right now? What the fuck? Nova Scotia. It's like northeast of Maine. Oh. Nothing but lag? Oh, instead of Game Grumps. I thought you were saying the stream was lagging. As both. I see. I was like, huh? Looks like Simple Flips. Germany has like a trillion different dialects depending on the region, so a German accent could be impressive depending on where in Germany you live. I see. I see. Is Germany one of those countries that's like huge and like every place within it is like very different? I can fake a French accent, says Annie. I don't know if I can do a French accent. I've never really tried, and I'm not going to live on stream. I will embarrass myself. Isn't there a part of Germany where Snow White is from and they're all considered weirdos by the rest of Germany? That's crazy. I will say I did learn a lot of like German words for Hexenhaus. Specifically like a lot of like German like food and baking terms, which was fun to research. And I wrote up like a list of, like a vocabulary list for my VAs so that I wrote out like the words that they would see in the script, how it was pronounced, and like link to an example of a native speaker pronouncing the word. And then we didn't even get around to that because I didn't end up doing full voice acting for the game. So I just did that for my own autism, I guess. Every German thinks that Germans from other regions are weirdos. Every small village has beef with each other. I can so believe that. There is a state, however, which is seen as the Alabama of Germany. That's painful. My native dialect is apparently quite hard for other French speakers to understand. Honestly, same with my Spanish. Autism friends. Honestly, same with my Spanish, because, I speak Venezuelan Spanish, and we have a lot of slang words and a lot of, like, pronunciation things. Well, not a lot of pronunciation, but, like, a couple of pronunciation things that sometimes people are like, what are you talking about, bro? You can tell I'm autistic because I learned English from Sonic Adventure 2. That's actually fantastic. I love that for you. That's so funny. Do you speak like this? You're too slow. Vostados is crazy. Vostados? Te voy a matar. What the fuck? No, no sé si ustedes hablan español. ¿Alguien en el chat habla español? See, I don't know, like streamer language in Spanish. Do they just call it chat? I've heard people say stream. El stream. So I know they say stream. But yeah, I say a lot of like Venezuelan slang words, and then I also drop a lot of S's in my speech. So like at the end of my words, I drop the S, and so that can make it hard to understand for people as well. I learned English thanks to an anime adaptation of the monster catching game Yokai Watch. Dude, the Yokai Watch show is so fun. I actually love it. I need to rewatch it. I watched it like ages and ages and ages ago. I think I made my mom watch the movie with me. Thankfully not in theaters. It was like on Netflix, but like still kind of embarrassing. Apparently I was a very well-spoken child to the point it weirded my family out, especially given I was born mute and had to go to speech therapy. Not sure if I ever spoke with the 2000 Sonic voice though. I wish. I hope you did. Is that bad of me that I kind of hope you did? I love the Yokai Watch games, and I'm still mad Yokai Watch 4 is Japan only raw. That's so relatable. I have never played any of the Yokai Watch games. I've just watched the show, and I think it's very delightful. Actually, I might be lying. I might have played one of the games. I don't think I have. I've watched, like, maybe a couple clips of gameplay, but I don't think I myself have played any. But I could be wrong. I can't do a cringeworthy shonen accent like English Deku, please. I'm trying to think. How does Deku, like, can I do a Deku? Because it's so funny, but I don't think I can do it. To torment my friends, as you should. Oh. Here, you got modded. The game calls you a pervert for trying to walk into the girl's bathroom, even if you selected a girl? That's actually so stupid. Like, I could understand, like, it not letting you walk in if you're playing as a boy, but if you're playing as a girl, you still can't go in and you're a pervert? That's so stupid. That reminded me of the... I'm gonna sound so autistic right now. It reminded me of Five Nights at Freddy's. In the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, I don't remember even which of the characters it is, but one of the characters, like, is in the quote-unquote wrong bathroom, and so people use that to theorize that the ghost that's in the mascot might be that gender. I think it was Freddy. I don't remember which character. I don't know if I have autism because I haven't gotten a diagnosis yet, but if it turns out that I have autism, a finger can definitely be pointed at Yokai Watch. Exactly. I know what you mean. Let me see. Which of the FNAF 1 bathroom theory? Freddy likes to hang out in the women's restroom. You heard it here. It was Bonnie? Oh, I just googled it and it said Freddy. What? I can't actually tell in the screenshot. I just see like two eyes. Can't tell if it's Bonnie or Freddy. Maybe if I turn up my brightness. Yeah, you really can't see like a silhouette or anything. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows? I mean, you might not be wrong, it's just that's what Reddit said. Deadit. I'm still thinking about Deadit. That's what Reddit said, was that it was Freddy, but it's very possible they were wrong. Bruh. It is funny that someone named Cupid Jack was here, like... All the Cupids are gathering. All the Cupids, Cupid, Cupid, all the Cupids, Cupid, Cupid. I make that joke like every stream. Not with that exact wording, but like that song. I'm losing my mind. 1 second. I want to brush Kiri's shrimp. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like my shrimp form's hair? Like pick him up like a little Barbie doll and brush his hair? You're telling me a shrimp fried this Kiri? Yes. Yes! Bruh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up in a minute here, cause I'm hungry. I should probably use the restroom, and it's late. So, okay. But yeah, but this has been a good one. I still can't believe we're basically done with the coding. What? How? So, that's so weird to think about. But, I'm excited to revamp the demo! How hungry? I don't have a horse emoji. I will not be eating a horse. No, thank you. Bye, Annie. Thank you for being here. But yeah, this has been a good one. I always love like chatting and saying nonsense with y'all, yapping and crying and sniveling on the floor. Thanks, Zara. We got some work done and we also got some yapping done, so I call that a success. A success. S-U-C-C. Suck. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, what should I redeem to close this out? We could do a bonk. We could do it ew. Oh, we'll jingle my balls. We'll jingle my gosh darn ball. Well, time to wing my ding some more. Goodbye. Bye, Oris Greed. Have fun winging your ding. Thank you so much. Bye, Zara. Thank you for being here as well. Bye. Let me look through the chat. Goodbye, Dot. Goodbye, Oris. Goodbye, Zara. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Gilia, who was here earlier. Bad Maxlad, who was here. And Unnie in the YouTube chat, and the M stands for Mom, and Andri, Grigoletto, and Linux, and of course, thank you so much to Momo Purin who was here. I still can't get over that. Go check out her videos. She's fantastic. Amazing. But yeah, thank y'all everyone who was here. Bye! Bye! See ya.